Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to another edition of Tradeify TV. It is Monday, August 4th, 2025. It is 60 minutes before the New York opening bell, which means it's time for us to help get you ready for your trading day. Joining me, as always, they are my two favorite coworkers. No disrespect to the guys behind the scene because they do an excellent job too. But you know, I got to be a little partial to the people I'm on stream with here. So I see he's already walking. He's already traded. He's already beat up the markets. The man himself, Mr. White T, Swiss Nick. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning. I do have to mention, I do have a time zone advantage. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, good morning, Matt. Good morning, Miriam. Good morning, Tradeify Nation. I mean, I hope you're all ready. For a banger week. This is going to be an exciting week with something special on Friday with the Halo competition. So let's get ready for that. But before we do that, obviously, let's go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which are all hopefully going to be amazing trading days. So as usual, let's kick off this stream with our one and only Matcha drinking, NQ slaying, EQ, ES slaying, all the futures slaying, Matcha Mommy. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Tradeify Nation. Welcome to Tradeify TV. It's Monday, so you guys know what that means. It's going to be a great start to the week. You guys already know, my colleagues have already talked about what's going on this week, and I'm just going to get right into, if you haven't already, because it's going to be a great week, please like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share it with a friend so that we can provide more value to you every single day and moving forward. We're already at, what are we at, guys, in terms of subscriber count? We're at 18.5 subscribers. 18,500 subscribers. That is just crazy to me that we're at this level. So let's just keep the momentum going, guys. We got, like I said, we got a packed week. We got a lot going on for you guys. So we're super excited, and we hope you guys are too. So let's get into the market wake up.
Such a good wake-up song. So good. Hey, Miriam, you won't believe it. I actually traded ES today.
Whoa, hold up.
Yep.
Hold up.
Yep.
You traded ES on a day that none of us could witness.
So here's the thing.
Very convenient, isn't it?
Here's the thing. I did first trade NQ. Had a pretty banger trade there for 42 points. I'm going to break that down in a second. And then I saw that ES was weaker than NQ, and I was looking for shorts, and I saw that ES was weaker than NQ, so I took a short on ES. Ended up getting stopped out break even, so I don't know if I like ES that much. But anyways, let me break it down. So I mean, it's crazy to think, if we go to the hourly chart here on NQ, it's crazy to think that last what was that? I think Thursday, we were at 23,845. Now we're 800 points lower. That is insane. Obviously, we had these big drops on Thursday and Friday. And now we're starting to form a very nice bear flag for that move to continue on NQ. Not going to lie, we have a super clean trend line that was from started on previous week low, basically at the 22,775 level. We had the second touch point pretty much at market open yesterday at 6 p.m. EST. Then we had a third touch point at 2:30 in the morning today, EST again. And now almost a fourth touch point at 8 a.m. So I see this as a very important trend line for myself. A break of that would lead to a further drop down. And if we hold this, I mean, obviously we could see a push up to this watch out level that I marked on my chart here, this wick at the 23,168s, and maybe even into previous month mid or even previous week mid, which is sitting at 23,300. But me personally, I'm bearish for today, so I do expect this trend line to break and that we get a further move down. However, as usual, not trying to predict, just to react. So let me break down the trade I took during London session here on NQ. London session, as usual, opens at 3 a.m. EST. And pretty much what we saw before the London session was we had this low here that's on the 5-minute chart. We had this low taken out and rejected and immediately pushed back up. And then at 3 a.m. EST, so the London session opened, we just continued that move pretty much. I longed into this, I think, let me check, pretty much at, like right at market open. So 3 a.m. And then I had a 21-point stop loss below this wick here and had a 1 to 2 RR, so 42-point TP, which was super clean. Now let's get to the ES trade here that I took. Mary, now pay close attention. So I did take a short because we did take out this level that I considered important. We did take that out and then started to get weaker on ES and NQ. And I saw that ES was way weaker than NQ at that time. That was at 6:40 a.m. EST. So I took a short, had a target of 10.5 points, a stop loss of 5 and something. And ultimately, when we were at about 8 points in profit, I actually saw the reversal and thought, hey, I'm not going to take an L on this, especially because we have been bullish for the day so far. So I moved my stop break even, got stopped out, unfortunately. But I mean, we have double bottomed here anyways at the 295s. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. Maybe some consolidation until market open. But yeah, first official ES trade, I guess.
Wow.
So Miriam, speaking of ES, why don't you go over the levels?
Man, Nick, I gotta say, now you gotta keep this going. I mean, now you just have to trade ES today. That's the rule. If you're gonna trade ES for the first time ever, after I've been just hounding you about it, and you're gonna do it off stream, wild. That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's awful convenient. I mean, he can say he traded the ES, but did he really?
Hey, careful, Matt. Careful.
True. So
Fake news. I
guess you gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going, Nick. But all right, y'all. Let's get into the charts here. So yeah, speaking of ES, you know, we are making this move back up. You guys obviously remember last week, towards the tail end of the week, we had a nice move to the downside. Basically took out 2 weeks of price action in 2 days. So pretty crazy how we got this move down, you know, on both futures. And so right now we are trying to make up about 80 points of this move, right? So we got all the way down to this 238 level in the London session, and now we are trying to make our way back up. Or I'm sorry, yesterday we made, or on Friday, good Lord, it is Monday, y'all. On Friday, we made this move all the way down to this 238 level. And then in the overnight session, Tokyo and the London session, we just tried to make our way back up about almost 100 points. Okay, so we're trying to grind our way back up here. We are hitting this resistance zone sitting at the top of 315. This 315 level is still going to be key for ES. It has been an area of interest for quite some time now. And pretty much every like key level that you can think of on ES is going to be every you know, psychological level, so the 300s, 315, and then we have the 333 area that's going to be key as well. We do see some sellers sitting on book maps right now at the 312 level, so you know, basically right where we topped off at this this pre-market high. So right now, what I would be looking for is if we can find acceptance above this 315 area on ES, I think this can continue, you know, to the upside. I'm a little bit weary of, you know, the fact that we did make such a big move, you know, in the past couple days, that, you know, we could start maybe potentially finding resistance if we do get to the 350s. Again, this is not saying particularly it's going to happen all today, but the 350s could have some resistance, and then, you know, we could possibly start drifting down. That would probably put us at around the 50% retracement of this whole move. But look for that to act as a resistance. Right now, we do have this nice trend line sitting on the 1 hour. So if I go to, if I put VWAP on here, you can see VWAP would sit very nicely below that trend line. So if we do get a break of that trend line, we could possibly be seeing previous day close, which is sitting at 62.64, and then pre-market low, which is sitting at the 62.50 area. Now, once we start breaking previous day, which is Friday's low, sitting at 62.39, I think we could start making our way down to this 2-hour zone. Now, last Friday, we did take a trade when I talked about something called a wick, right? We talked about a wick play, it's being similar to gap plays. That is something that I actually took last week as a move to the downside. So something that I actually took last week as a move to the downside. So if you guys remember last week, I took of ES right here, right? We got this nice break and then I actually took it down. I was telling you guys we could, if we get 280 breaking, we could see 240s, and that's basically exactly what happened, right? We wicked right to that area and now we're bouncing. So right now I did see another wick starting. You guys can see this blue line on my charts, these two blue lines. So this is a 4-hour and 2-hour wick from and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, but it starts at 215 all the way down to 184. So again, not saying that we're particularly going to get there today, but if I just zoom out to the 4-hour and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, if I go back all the way, this is June 27th, okay? But you see this wick that we had on this day? This is exactly what I'm looking at. So it's shown on the 1-hour, or I'm sorry, the 4-hour and the 2-hour. You can see it very nicely here. But that's something that I'll be looking for potentially, a move to the downside, because again, this is the same sort of play we played on Friday and it played out pretty beautifully. So we could see potentially this coming into play this week. But if I go back here to the 1-hour, and just show you guys a little bit more, this would require us to break not only Friday's low, but this 2-hour demand zone that we have here starting at 62.24. And then again, that wick fill starts at 215. So just keep that in mind. If we do get down there either this week or next week, it doesn't matter. It's there. Okay, so it's on the charts. In terms of NASDAQ right now, same thing. We're kind of hitting this supply zone sitting at the 23,065. We did come up to the 23,000 mark though. So this was an area that we were also looking to short on Friday. You can see this nice bearish candle that we got on Friday. We did get all the way down to 22,775. Now we are pushing our way above the 23,000 mark. So what I would be looking for on NASDAQ is, can we get above Friday's high? Friday's high really was like, the start of the day, right? We got up to 23,095, call it 23,100. If we can make our way back up this area, I think we have potential room up to the 23,220s, and then, potentially to the 23,350s, 340s area. Right now on book maps, I'll show you guys real quick what I'm seeing. We do have some demand sitting here at the 23,060, and then potentially the 23,080s could hit resistance. I'm trying to zoom out here to see if there's anything else I see. 23,012 all the way down here at the bottom. We could potentially come down to and find a support. And again, this 23,000 area is also going to have some support as well. You can see a lot, strong liquidity sitting here at 23,000. So just some areas to keep in mind right now as we go into the day. But in terms of any downside move, again, similar sort of thing. We're sitting in this range of Friday's low and Friday's highs. You're talking about, potentially like a 200-point move. So, we could see a potential move down below this trend line sitting around, I would say like 22,982. If we break that area, we have room down to previous day or Friday's close, which is 22,880, and then pre-market low sitting at 22,822. So those are my levels that I'm looking at for today. Matt, why don't you walk us through oil and gold?
Yeah, absolutely. So keep in mind, guys, across the board, I think most of us expect that it'll be another fairly big range day, right? just from not as much news this week as last week. Obviously, last week was one of the biggest economic news weeks in quite some time. But we expect continued fallout from the Fed decision. We know that on Friday, after the jobs report, the president fired the person who puts together the jobs report. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how all that is presented going forward and what it means for interest rates, etc. Obviously, the big banks and big money, and the president wants interest rates lower. So as we begin to kind of circle back and focus on that, I mean, again, we'll see what at what point the president starts making statements or tweets or whatever. We'll bring those to you if and when they come out. Now, as far as oil has sort of followed the indexes down a little bit over the course of the past few sessions. Friday's session brought us basically from almost the $70 range all the way down to 67, and now we are just continuing lower. We're sitting down here at 65, 60 area after breaking this area of support here at 68.60. And guys, with oil, these 1 hour, 4 hour macro areas of support and resistance are very, very important, right? Because oil, especially being as widely traded as oil is outside of the New York session, right? Gold and oil traded a lot. Their volume within the New York session is a lot closer to their volume outside of it, unlike the ES and the NQ, where the vast majority of the volume on most days comes within the New York session. So oil and gold can be a really nice reflection of their prices coming into the session, as opposed to we having to wait for the opening 15, 30, 60, etc. And oil has been pretty much straight down over the course of the past couple of sessions. Some really bearish candles here. So if we zoom out just a little bit here, actually, we're going to zoom down this way a little bit. So this 65 area is the next level of support, and 64 continues below that. We talked when we first started covering oil on this show. We looked at that 64 level as key support. To me, there's a great opportunity for a long off that level all the way down at 64, because again, it seems to be a key area that OPEC is just not necessarily going to let oil get below that, right? Oil prices are vastly influenced by OPEC, and not only what they say, what they do, what they're doing behind the scenes, et cetera, et cetera. So keep a very, very close eye on that. Any statements, the oil rig counts, all of that. But I think there's a really nice opportunity, probably where we're at, down to 64, although chasing the move a little bit here. But I would love to see oil down to 64 in a base, maybe a nice hammer candle on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and then I think we'll potentially head back up maybe to the range we're at now, or maybe a little higher. So as far as, let's see, gold has had a really big session on Friday, obviously with all that went on Friday, the news, the non-news, the technicals, et cetera, et cetera. And so now gold is in a full-on breakout pattern as it moves up here to 34.20. Let me pull the range up here just a little bit so we can see kind of what's going on. So we had an ascending channel, broke through that. We had a nice little area of prior support. We broke through that. Prior support acted as resistance. And guys, as soon as we pushed through this on Friday, you would have had to been a little early to the move, of course. But as soon as we pushed through this area of prior resistance, it's pretty much been, I won't say straight up since then, but it's been mostly straight up at that point. So the Russell 2000, again, a measure of the appetite for risk. I'm going to zoom out to the 4 hour on this one because I think it gives a little bit more of the picture that we've come way off of our highs here from last week. Last Monday, we opened up here close to 2,300. Now we're all the way down below 2,200, all the way down at 2,187. We've rallied off the lows, but we're coming into the top of this last downward candle. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can push through 2190 and back to 2200. This is really what I'm going to be watching if the indexes move higher, because if the NQ and the ES are moving higher and we're sitting here pushing up also in the Russell or the IWM if you're an ETF fan, that tells me that we're back to risk on in the markets. Right now, it felt like we went risk off a little bit last week with everything that was going on. We just didn't see necessarily, obviously we declined, but we didn't see the big areas of institutional buying that we typically see in a week. So this is actually kind of a low-key indicator that I'm going to be watching as the day progresses. So as Nick gets his steps in there, Nick, what do you, how many steps are we at right now?
We are at, for the day, let me check, 6,100.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up.
That is true. Although on Friday I did like 30,000. when I did the half marathon.
Well, I'm not planning on getting any in today, so you're going to need to do some for me too.
How many?
Oh, I don't know. They're just a small number, like 50, 60,000 should be fine.
Okay, yeah, chill. That's fine. As long as you do that number in profit, we're good.
Okay. All right. We'll work on that.
Like,
that risk reward might not be applicable to our live accounts here. I might get yelled at for that one.
Well, the amount of money that you make today, I'm gonna do steps for you.
Okay.
Fair deal.
All right.
Fair deal.
So, but what if I, let's say I lose 1,000, are you gonna go backwards for 1,000 steps?
Well, that's a good question.
I was gonna say because I'm gonna go full degen Nick and full port something at the open if that's the case.
Well, I might have to walk backwards then. All right, let's check the market bias here in the poll. Currently, it is saying 45%. The bull run ain't over. 43%, 42%. Oh, it's going down. Okay. 22% saying bull run is definitely over, and 37% back to barcoding. So I'm looking forward to see how that poll looks like when we have more people who have voted. And also, speaking of people, guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you smash that like button really quick and get those likes up so it looks a bit nicer. 157 looks a bit low. So smash the like button. Takes you 1 second and it's free.
Hey guys, the only thing to watch out for today at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, we're going to have ISM services PMI. So that's kind of it's a price indicator, an inflation indicator. So it's going to be an important point of data. After that, there's very little extremely important news on the docket. We do continue into earnings, although we had some of our big tech earnings last week. I think we're going to have a nice trending week, but it would not shock me if there's periods of consolidation, periods of barcoding, as it were, just because, again, of how momentous the volume of news and again, concrete news, right? We talk about there's unknown news or unscheduled news, like the president announcing a new policy or, any type of random event, geopolitical, et cetera, et cetera. As far as like known news, like upcoming scheduled news, like FOMC, like earnings, like last week was one of the biggest weeks the markets had in a very long time, maybe ever. So it very well could be a little bit of a recovery period from that. Now, because of how momentous it was, my thesis going into today is not necessarily that we're going to be barcoding. And if we do, all right. We'll be good pissed about that, and we'll bitch and moan about it on this stream for several hours. But ultimately, we'll just resist the temptation. But for me, I think just the fallout from last week is going to give us at least the first couple of days of this week of some fantastic price action. That's my thesis heading into today. Again, we're not in the prognostication business; we're in the reaction business. But we always want to have a thesis going into the market. So it is Monday, guys.
It's Monday.
It is Monday.
It's Monday. Yeah.
Mary, do you have your matcha?
I didn't get my matcha today. No.
Oh my goodness.
I had a pretty interesting weekend. It's funny because like Nick, I remember you asking, what do you guys do? What are you doing this weekend? And one of his answers for me was just whatever happens. And it very much was that weekend for me. So I got a whole new trading setup, like completely just reconfigured. I feel like a brand new me, but still, the little growing pains of getting used to a new setup is still there. So it's great. I think it's going to be, a wonderful move moving forward, but it's definitely still, we're still getting used to where things are at. But that was my weekend. And then I went to LA. So that was a lot of fun, but definitely an unplanned Saturday for me. So I feel like I'm like, all right, we're back. It's Monday. Just snap of a finger and we're back. So lots of fun weekend.
So did you go hiking and have tacos in LA?
No, not this time. It was a very specific trip. So, but I did see Dracula and Transformers and some Minions. So, when in LA, right?
Are you taller than the Minions?
Not these guys.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, unfortunately, I was barely tall enough to just actually be able to ride the rides. So that's a win.
And what was your favorite ride of the weekend?
but it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend. What did you guys do, Matt or Nick? Any marathons?
No, I did get the new tattoo that I talked about on Friday.
I like how you just pivoted straight to Nick, knowing I probably didn't have that exciting of a weekend.
Well, I just figured you like mowed lawn.
It was a productive ass weekend.
Wedding planning, I'm assuming.
Actually, yes. Actually,
Okay.
a couple of meetings for that. Yeah, we're in the home stretch for that. So
you were in did you end up going to Chicago?
No. We go next weekend.
Okay. Perfect. Well,
yeah. Also, Miriam, it was funny because I saw your story from the Universal Studios, but I didn't realize you were at the Universal Studios, and I was like, why the hell is there snow on the roofs?
I'm in Switzerland, some area of Switzerland.
Yeah, right. If you would ever come to Switzerland without telling me, we have a problem.
That would just be mean. Yeah, that'd be a little rude. That'd be a little rude. Don't worry, I'll let you know next time I'm in Switzerland.
You don't just go there for the weekend?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've just planned a random trip to Switzerland, but
the last time I went to Miami was for a weekend.
That was planned-ish.
Ish.
That was a work trip.
Yeah, true.
A little different there.
Definitely.
Man,
all right.
Yeah, it's Monday though, and I say that and I stress that because typically Mondays are a little rough. I'm not trying to sit here and predict what today's going to look like, but it's typical that statistically traders have a hard time on Mondays. We come out of the weekend, we're excited, we're ready to get our trades on, and sometimes we have a little bit of that bias sitting in our brains. So make sure you're just you're positioned well for the week. You're not trying to just don't be a little Deja Nikki and just go into it with a no, we love you, Nick, we know you're a great trader, but it's hard to just get we get too excited, right? We get too excited and then we just go into it. And then we're sitting there on a Monday like crap. Now we don't have, we're too hyped to go into the week. So just make sure you're positioned well for the start of the week. Mondays, again, statistically are not the best days for traders, but you can change that for yourself. So just make sure that you know what's coming.
Yeah, you got to take it nice and easy to know Monday. And part of this is understanding, again, this is why we keep journals. This is why we, traditionally Mondays haven't been a horrible day for me over the course of my career. But so far in 2025, I wouldn't say I'm performing much worse on a Monday, but my volume of trades is way down, right? Because again, we're just getting a feel for sort of the chaos and everything that has been 2025. Some of it, domestically and policy wise, some of it geopolitically and all the stuff that's going on there. It has been just a news filled year so far. And so the markets usually, there's a lot of erratic price action on Monday as the markets digest everything over the weekend. Now, at least I didn't think we had any major political news or economic news over the weekend. But again, we're just, coming down from last week, as it were. We rallied pretty hard overnight. We're banging some really good resistance up here at about 23,080. So we'll see where we go from there. Excuse me. Obviously, we have PMI coming out as well. I think it's going to be a pretty good trading day. I think I hate to say this, I may actually be looking for some opportunities to the short side once we open. But we'll see what happens in the next 28 minutes. Before
Matt, my good friend and fellow host Matt Hensley always says, "One of us, one of us, one of us."
Well, I mean, again, it's where's the value, where's the opportunity? Considering we are in a I wouldn't say long term, but definitely a short to intermediate term downtrend. If we're bouncing overnight like we are, I think the value and the opportunities is to the short side. Does that mean we're going to get a setup? We might not. But to me, as I look at the chart, as I look at where is the value on these charts, it's going to be to the short side for a run back towards 23K. I'd actually like to see us pop a little bit moving into the New York Open, and then heading back down and reconfirming the 23K level, because I think a retest there and a hold actually is very bullish in my opinion. but I'd like to see that area tested. It did act as a little bit of resistance overnight, but for me, once the volume comes in on a New York Monday morning, that's where we're going to know: is this level legit? Is it going to hold? Et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I think we're all looking for shorts today. The poll currently is saying though that 49% bull run ain't over. I mean, yeah, that could still be even if we're short today. 23% bull run is definitely over, and 28% back to barcoding. So yeah, as usual, the bulls in the chat are overtaking the bears. That's for sure. 49%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the levels that I'm really going to be watching on ES is going to be, well, first of all, right now, this area, this 295, 294 level that we're holding on ES is going to be a key level. Now, not to say that, we couldn't just like wick below and kind of mess around with this, but this is essentially like the box that I'm looking at. We're talking about really this area right here that I'm looking for us to either break above or come down below. And I think, you can obviously play both sides if that happens. But for me, I am looking a little bit more to potentially see how we break this 94, 95 area. And then 280 is going to come into play for me. I think if we start breaking below 280, which is sitting right around here, we could, again, there's a lot of room to the downside. I think you could start to fade that. I think you really could start to fade that if we start breaking 294, but 280 is going to be that key area for me to really start looking for us to potentially hit these Friday lows and pre-market lows. So I'm looking for continuation on this. I think we could get like some moves to I think today could be one of those days where you could just find really good setups to both sides. But I will be looking more for us to, I would like a push up to the highs, or not highs, but these highs that we're seeing here. And then, start to fade it back down. I will be looking for that fade back down to the downside if we can get that. So
we do have our first Trump tweet of the morning.
What's that?
Last week's jobs report was rigged, just like the numbers prior to the presidential election were rigged. In both cases, there was massive record revisions in favor of radical left Democrats. Big adjustments need to be made. Blah, 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 blah. I will pick an excellent replacement. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So, that's our first Trump tweet of the morning. So apparently we don't have a replacement to the labor statistics chief that he apparently fired via tweet last week. So we'll see what happens there, who is picked, and kind of what we do from there. So
hey, show some respect, Matt. It's President Trump. Okay?
My bad.
Come on.
My bad.
We got it.
It's done.
Just awesome. This is great. Yeah, be mindful of any tweets that come out this week as well. So.
Well, I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of movement on talk of whoever's this replacement is. It's when's the next jobs report and what does it say, right? So to be fair, this has been a trend over not just, the last couple of administrations. There's been a lot of upward and downward revising of jobs numbers. And I think that's what apparently irritated Trump on Friday, is that the last two jobs report were both revised downward by over 100,000 jobs. So now, again, we can talk out of, both sides out of our mouth with this, but one thing that I did see brought up over the weekend is that one of the things that could be, depending on who, it's obviously, this is the president has been replacing a lot of people within the government of, again, whether you're a fan, not a fan of political loyalists, right? So like, what if the markets can't trust those numbers anymore? And then what happens? So also a member of the Fed resigned over the weekend. So we're going to see another appointee there. And again, one of the things that kind of shocked me last week is the, I don't recall this, so if I'm misremembering, I apologize, but the strength at which the Fed dissenters came out last week on Thursday and issued some very, very strong statements condemning the lack of a rate drop from Powell, et cetera, even though, Powell is the Fed chair, but he's just one vote on the board. That's something to pay attention to and watch. Obviously, we don't have a Fed meeting in the month of August. I think we come back in early September, but we will have, so early September between the Fed, that Fed meeting and whatever the new Bureau of Labor Statistics person has for the jobs. I mean, what do they issue as far as the jobs report? Do they upwardly revise past job reports to make the administration look good? And how much does the markets actually trust them? So it'd be interesting to see. There's been, I think there's obviously been a lot of unity on the president's side so far this year, coming from loyalists both within and without politics. We're starting to see some cracks in the facade there, right, in terms of some of the economic people. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. We will pay attention. I will, if there's any other tweets or anything, I'll let you know. I didn't see, they're not always great about putting out the president's schedule for the day, because they usually post that in the trade exchange, and I haven't seen it much over the course of the past couple of weeks. So if he's not traveling today, if he's in Washington, could be a tweet-filled day. So buckle up.
Mm-hmm. That's the best way I can say
That
it.
reaction says everything.
Mm-hmm. This reminds me of like a Family Guy episode. Welcome back to
Like everybody else.
So good. Oh man, so I'm just gonna mark this 280 level here. Man, I am getting used to this new setup, and I am not used to it yet. So I need to. There it is. All right. All my keyboard.
280 level on what?
What's that?
280 level on ES.
280. I'm marking this because, again, I think if we start breaking this 280, I think we're in for some yuck.
Some yuck?
Yeah, some yuck.
Can you define some yuck?
Yeah. It's not gonna look cute. It's not gonna look very cute, but it'll be great for us because we'll be able to catch that. 280. Yeah. This is the level.
We all know we should take shorts when Miriam says it's not looking cute.
Is that do you have a cute indicator? Like, what is the level of cuteness of the markets today?
Sometimes it tries to get real cute, and then I'm like, I see right through that, and it just, when I say cute, it's mostly because it's trying to be like, oh look, I'm gonna do this, right? And everyone thinks it's gonna go a certain direction, and then it completely just like, the commercial of like, first they're sour, then they're sweet, Sour Patch Kids. Like, that's what I think of. Like, it's trying to be cute. Oh, look, we're gonna go, long, and then it's like, nope, psych, and then we just completely reverse. So that's me in my definition of the market trying to.
All right, if you don't monetize a cuteness indicator, like, what are we even doing here, right? Like this, see, Miriam, I've been in this business for a while, so let me just. What you need to do is you need to like claim that this cute indicator is all you need to make $1 million trading, right? You need to patent it, you need to code it up. Does not matter what it actually is, right? And then you need to sell it for like $500 a month.
But then I need to like make sure that I have my Lambo rent ready, so that I can just, and then if I know a couple of people that have like, some Richard Milles, so I can just wear those, and just pretend like it'll all work out. Yeah, it'll all work out.
Yeah, just come on. Everything doesn't need to actually work before you can monetize it, right? That's
yeah.
No, I mean, that's how you monetize it. You rent the cars, you rent the watches, and then that's how you make money, because that allows you to sell more courses.
Exactly.
I've said on this show before. I had a buddy that now he works. Does sideline work for the NFL, but he worked very closely with a guy who ran an influencer studio in Chicago, and it literally is just outside the city. It's like an old, I think it's an old warehouse or something, but he's got like a corner of it set aside, and everything's tarped off, so there's no natural light coming in there, and they have I think 4 or 5 really expensive cars, but it's just the shell of the cars. There's no engine in them. No, the insides light up so you can take pictures. And one of them is actually surrounded by a very high res screen, so you can like be driving through wherever, right? And then there's a cutaway of a private jet with like very high resolution screens outside the windows. You want to fly over the Eiffel Tower? We'll throw that up on the screen. And there's, I mean, when you're working with high level influencers, there's always NDAs and things like that. And so he says, I can't tell you the names of the people that come in, but he says, you would be shocked at some of the people that that have millions of followers, that everything they do is fake. So
that is insane to me. That is insane to me. You're creating sets for these influencers now? That's what's happening? That's actually...
I mean...
you know what? It's extra... Well, keep in mind, guys, and this is something with the... And I say this as somebody who spent time in the education business, even though, you know, this show here is completely free. Remember, back in the gold rush, and we're talking 1940s near LA, right? Out in California, you know, there's a lot of people that got rich off that, finding gold, doing this, but who made the most money? The people selling the pickaxes, the people selling the equipment. They had the biggest customer base. So just that's always something I think of is a lot of people went broke. Some people made millions. Every one of the people selling the shovels is who made the most money out of that. So that's a little history lesson that seems to echo across time when it comes to the markets.
Tough. Yeah, guys. It's a tough to believe everything you see these days on the intrusive webs. I mean, especially now with AI coming out. I mean, it's
what well, we're already losing what is reality, right? We're losing that a little bit every single day. Schrodinger stop loss, when FCC of regulation, they're not going to do it. First of all, this administration isn't going to regulate anything, and whether you think that's a good thing or bad thing is up to you personally. But honestly, guys, I think it's on us, right? Why are we necessarily saying, oh, we need this regular? No, if somebody doesn't know that somebody's full of shit, like honestly, approach everything with skepticism. What's it goes? Don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see, right? Like that's something that I rarely talk bad about any individuals on this show, but like I remember somebody saying the other day, like, what have the Kardashians actually given to society, right? Zero. They've given nothing of value to society, right? So when you talk about it, so if people follow
entertainment,
that's on them. That's not that's
entertainment.
If somebody's stupid enough to fall for that, they're stupid enough to fall for that. Same thing with the people selling indicators for $500 a month. And there's some great indicators out there. Some are free, some are paid. I'm not crapping on all of them, but like, this is the only thing you need. No, it's not. So yeah, just this discretion is it's on us. It really is.
Yeah. Use your discernment. That's all.
Miriam, Mindruta is asking, can you guys please explain what the area that is drawn in that pinkish purple means on your screen?
This is just a supply zone that I have right now. I have it on here just to see if we can find acceptance above this. Actually, it would be pretty much Friday's highs. You can see here that we have a nice basin candle, and this is actually a 30-minute supply zone. So if I go to the 30-minute here, you guys can see this is how I draw my supplies and demands. I look for a small basin candle, something with a small body, and then a large imbalance move out of that. So this is what my supply zone right now sits at, this basin candle essentially. So I draw it from the bottom of the body all the way to the top of the wick, and now we're kind of just sitting in this zone. So I take these off once they've been invalidated, once they've been touched multiple times, or even once usually is good enough for me to remove it. But I want to see, I just have it on here just so I can see if we can find acceptance above this supply zone, and then just for me to see where we're currently sitting. So ES, same thing. We have this area that we kind of rejected the midpoint of that supply zone right now. So we're trying to make our way back up, but this is kind of like the box that we're sitting in. Like, I'm not looking to initiate a trade necessarily in these areas. Now you can use them as potential fades. You could try to initiate a short, but a lot of these supply zones are more for me to kind of see where we're sitting. And then if we can find acceptance above them. Otherwise, these are areas that I'd be looking for us to potentially reverse. And, I'm looking for this 280. This would be great. If we can get this 280 to come into play today, that'd be what I'm looking for. But we'll see what we get.
All right, guys. So we are about a little over 12 minutes from the New York Open. And we will see what this week has in store for us. Again, guys, keep in mind, we're coming off a huge macro news week. The markets have had some, the overnight session, Asian London session to process everything that's going on. But this is where the big boys are going to have their say. And they were very much participating in the markets on Thursday and Friday, either actively shorting or, unloading some of their long exposure. So what is this one of those days where we chop a little at the open and then find our trend, or is this we just pop or drop like right at 9:30? So we'll see. We will find out in just about 11 minutes. So hopefully everybody, all of our viewers had a very nice weekend, very relaxing weekend.
Yeah, let's have them put it in the chat, guys. What did you do in the weekend? Let's hear it.
Nick, did you jump out any planes this weekend?
No planes. I had a very slow weekend actually. So on Saturday I did get that tattoo, right? And then after I did some stuff with friends and hung out. Yesterday I shot some content. Wait.
Rewind. Pause.
What?
Show us your tattoo.
Here. Oh. It's up. It's heads up now. It's reversed.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna need a photo of that because I can barely see it.
I'll send you a pic.
Wait,
anyway,
so it's in Japanese?
It's Japanese, yeah.
That's awesome.
It's Japanese and says Trader Bros.
Trader Bros in Japanese. Did you verify that with?
Yeah, I would make sure that it might say 1 order of large orange chicken, please.
I did. Oh, well, that would actually be pretty fucking sick. Not gonna lie.
From Panda Express.
Yes, please. Wait, I'll send you a pic. I'll send you a pic.
After the show on Friday, we did have Panda Express for lunch here, by the way.
Dude.
Yeah.
Without me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, well, you're welcome. I'll tell you what, if you fly over here, I will buy you Panda Express.
I'm going to take you so up on this.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm not participating in that.
No, you're going to do Cracker Barrel. The next
okay.
The next time we're all at a function somewhere, you're going to Cracker Barrel.
I'll just make sure I drive us all to LA.
LA, yeah.
Well, we're just going to do both.
We can get tacos and go hiking.
Just gonna do
my
both.
Gosh.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Actually, yesterday when I shot content, it was so funny. I posted in my story on Instagram. So I started filming, and then like after one phrase, my cat tries to jump on the table, and then he slips, and you see it in his eyes, the panic of, I fucked up, and then he falls back down. It's so funny.
That's the best look on a cat's face, is the oh shit.
Yeah, it's so hilarious.
Oh my god.
Wait,
were you responding to Dragonfly saying he got a new kitten? Or she got a new kitten? Because that's fun. Oh, look at that. We got a picture of it.
Nice.
All our Japanese speakers out there, can we please just verify that this actually...
They're going to be like, yeah, this
that's
means...
what it's supposed to say. Oh man, that's great.
Wait, I have to send you that picture of the cat realizing she fucked up. So hilarious. The video is even funnier though.
It means white tea in Japanese. That's what you should have got.
True.
Trader Bros. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, in Japanese it's like Trader Bros.
All right. Well, the show had a good run for a while. It was a good run for a couple weeks, but
oh, that's awesome.
Okay, that picture you put in there, I don't know if we're going to put it up. It looks like your cat's playing like an imaginary piano instead. Like he's rocking out there.
Yeah, dude, if you see the video, wait, can I actually upload the video here? Oh, there it is. Wait, I'll send you the video. It's so hilarious. I was so surprised too. I was like, wait, what the hell is happening here?
Oh my god. That's
Fun
so
times.
good.
Fun times.
We should just keep that as like your profile picture for today. Your static video.
Oh, that's just, yeah, whenever my video fails.
Yeah, that'll be it. No, I still like the other one of Nick Simmons.
Oh wait, here's the video. Look, so I was filming. I was just doing an audio test, and then he jumps up like.
I love your look. Not even a little bit of concern.
It's like, okay.
I would have either laughed or been like, "Oh my god!" Right? Like that's. You just look at him like, learned your fucking lesson, didn't you?
Oh man,
that's too good. That's
fun
too
good. All right, let's get back to the charts here.
Man, we have done nothing since.
Yeah, literally, yeah. I was just opening up my charts again, and I was like, wait a second, this looks exactly the same like 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah, trader inception over here.
So we're showing a 5-minute ATR at 11.4. That's decent for this time. I'd like to see it maybe a tick or two higher, but you know, it's enough that I think we'll get some nice price action expansion into the open as we typically do. Standard deviation width up at 67. That's pretty big for pre-market. Again, that hopefully bodes well for ranges today. We get some good moves and we get some big ranges. So I will say this: I have zero clue what we're going to do at the open. You know, let's see if the market gives us any clues. We haven't. This is about the time we start seeing the volume tick up a little bit. Sometimes it's been as long as 10 minutes before the New York Open. Sometimes it's been as short as 2 or 3 minutes. But we're not seeing that right now. So I'm just getting my book map pulled up. So I'll take a look at that in a second. But yeah, that's it's God, don't barcode. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed if we start barcoding.
Yeah, it'll be rough if we do end up doing that. You know, we go into the mornings with our, you know, sentiments with what we think is going to happen, which, you know, based off the technicals and, you know, seeming like a good prediction, and then, you know, we just end up not really doing what we think we're going to do, which is typical. It's typical to have that, but barcoding is always not the best. You know, if it's like, hey, I think we're going long and we end up getting like a nice short, that's a whole different thing, right? And vice versa. But if it's like, oh, I think we're gonna, you know, do this, and we just end up staying in like a little tiny 5-point handle, those are rough. Those are a little rough. So yeah, hopefully we don't get that. But it'll be a good day for me, I think, to wait for that first 15 minutes. I do hope we kind of like make a move up and then continue our way back down, you know, grab some liquidity and then, you know, start making our way back down to the 280s. But that first 15 minutes is going to be pretty critical, I think.
Well, the VWAP, the daily VWAP is sitting just a few handles below 23,000. I would love a test of 23,000 in the opening 15 minutes, right? And because if we break below that, we're clearly just gonna piss away the overnight move up, right? But if we use that as a bouncing level, that probably pushes us. I'm not going to say we're going back to new all-time highs in the coming days, weeks, months, whatever, but it will probably begin to reverse some of the moves that we saw last week. But that's a key area. If we just, unfortunately, if we just take off and go, especially the upside at the open, there's just not a whole lot of opportunity there because there's not a lot of overhead resistance until we get maybe another 80-90 points higher. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to the week. I think it's going to this is probably let's call it 3 parts analysis and 2 parts hope. I think it's going to be a very tradable week. I think we're just going to have to be very selective about the opportunities that we take.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, like you mentioned this 23,000 level. I mean, that's not only a psychological level. There's a lot of those buyers sitting there at that 23,000 area on book maps. I'm showing ES right now, but if I go to NQ, you guys can see, if I zoom out here, you'll see a lot of liquidity sitting here at 23,000. Again, book maps just use it mainly for to see where support and resistance could potentially come in. These orders, you know, we've seen them sometimes get spoofed a little bit here and there, but typically once we start moving our way towards these areas, we'll see these orders start to, you know, we'll kind of pick up liquidity towards these areas a little bit. But that's kind of where I see it right now too. So we'll see. And then right now we do have some of those buyers sitting at 23,072, which isn't too far from where we're sitting right now, but not a lot after that. You know, a little bit here and there, but again, that 23,000 is going to be a pretty key area that we're going to have to, you know, we'll find a reaction at for sure. So yeah, we'll see. But I think anything below 23,000, you know, we could start heading towards these low 900s. we have 930 as a key area that came into play last week. So.
All right. Well, we can speculate about the open all we want, but guys, the speculation is over. We are a couple minutes away, and it is now time for the opening bell battle. Well, if that doesn't just get the adrenaline flowing at the open, I don't know what does.
Man,
I don't know if that's an advantage or disadvantage. But
well, actually, I told you, I used to get all keyed up and hyped up before the markets, and now I'm just like, I want to be very zen, very zen. All right, guys. So we are a little over a minute away. Again, this could be. I think it's going to be we're going to get some moves. I think we're going to get some. It's going to be a tradable week, but I do think we are still in the mentality of the markets punishing sloppy entry. So, guys, this week your mentality should be: I'm going to find the opportunities where they are there, but it's okay if I miss a trade. Don't chase it. Don't revenge trade. That has been just. It always eats up traders, but it's been eating them up even worse this calendar year, but especially over the course of the past few weeks. So a little light on economic data, still a lot of earnings, and we got some of the big boys out of the way. I think NVIDIA will be a couple weeks yet, but guys, like I said, the time for speculation and prognostication for Monday's session is over, and we're just about ready to open. So check your orders, clear your orders, and let's get ready for the day. We are now just 20 seconds away as we push up to new session highs. Let's see if we can make a run at 23,100. Again, I would love a test of 23K at some point today. And that's just now getting VWAP is just about right there. So, all right, guys, it is time to get things going in 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding, motherfuckers. Let's go.
It's a pretty big divergence between NQ and ES right now. ES way weaker again. Story's continuing.
Yeah, NASDAQ just
NQ ripping
through Friday's highs here, pre-market highs. ES trying to get a move into the pre-market highs and Friday's highs here, but yeah, NASDAQ just right out the gate, which is what I want to see. I do want to see this.
But for shorts.
For shorts, yes. But I wouldn't even be looking for shorts until, later.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the main indication for the shorts, for me at least, is the trend line break on NQ, because that is super clean. If it breaks.
And you look at your trend lines on the 1 minute, right?
No. Right now I have it on the 50-minute and the 5-minute. I mean, It also works on the 1 minute. It doesn't matter. But I'm waiting for a 5-minute candle close below the trend line if I take a trend line break.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, ES pushing right into pre-market highs here, 63.10. See what's going on. NASDAQ trying to flirt with this 100 area as we speak. Those buyers stepped in at 23.072. Which was the area that we were looking at in the pre-market here. Nice reversal tail that's being put in right now. ES is not able to clear its pre-market highs just yet. Just some stack liquidity up through 315. I want to see us actually clear 315 and see if we can get up there. But ES starting to look a little bit strong here. Previous day high sitting at 311 is clearing.
Yeah, NQ's making its way back up there. The next really important level is the wick there at first the 150s and then the 167 level on NQ.
Already dipped below the 100 level twice, and we've had strong buying in response both times. So if we go back and retest that level, it'll be interesting to see if the bears can take control. But the bulls got it right now, especially if we can make a new high in this opening 5-minute candle up there. About let's see what's the high on that candle, 120 even.
To the tick. I have a level sitting at 109.50. Let's see if we can actually close above that. 315 is going to be a key area for ES. If we can clear 315, I think we have a shot at 333.
And now ES is ripping hard. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
You know, a chaotic opening half hour would not shock me in the least, right? Just again, based off reaction and everything from, I think I'm again, cautiously optimistic. We're going to see a very tradable week, but I also am not going to trust a lot of moves that I see.
Especially in the open, right? Like we've seen this happen often, not saying this is necessarily the case here, but we've seen a lot of, you know, either rips or complete movements to the downside that have just all been reversed, right? And then, you know, you're sitting there trying to get in on the trade, but, you know, it's important not to try to chase a move, wait for a pullback, wait for some consolidation, and then decide, you know, whether or not to get into that trade. But yeah, we've just seen a lot of that happen, especially at the open, and you know, people just getting completely trapped in either chasing the long or trying to catch a falling or whatever it is, right? And then, you know, just get completely ruined in the first 10 minutes of the market. Whereas, you know, if you're just patient and wait a little bit, you could catch a really, really good move. So yeah, not at all interested in taking anything over here. You know, always wait for a pullback at the minimum. ES topped right at 315 here. Let's see if this 5-minute can actually close above this 315 area.
NQ is ripping. 128 now. I said, like, the next really important area is 35 to 50 on NQ. Which
All
we're
right, we got the open above 315 to the literal tick. We open right at, I think it, let's see. Yeah, 315.50 is where we open. All right. Do we just rip and go from here?
Sure seems to.
Yeah, but I don't trust the move, not gonna lie. Like, I don't trust it. I want to see some structure form first before I do anything.
It's way too early to try to catch this right now.
It would have been a nice ripper though. Breakout of the London highs is 70 points away.
Very bullish first 5-minute candle. Let's see if we can get some follow through here.
Turbo Skeeter, I hope you're actually joking.
He's like, just kidding, just kidding. So he's not kidding. That's reverse kidding. All right, we're at the 150s now on NQ. Now comes that wick from Friday at 8:40 a.m. That wick is at the 168 level. Wonder what happens there if we can blast through that. I mean,
SPX also in this gap fill, this blue area that we're looking at right here, which means ES could potentially find room up to the 330s would be what I would be looking for. But then if we can claim 330s, then I think we have room up to the 350s to fill the rest of this gap. Otherwise, we have this other gap to the downside starting at the lows. So if ES, like I said, if ES starts to get the move back down, I think we have room to fill this downside gap, because gaps usually fill, but sometimes they don't fill all the way. So, you know, would I be surprised if this whole gap filled? No. Would I be surprised if it filled halfway? No. Would I be surprised if we completely reverse here? No, not at all. So there are just key, you know, some areas to be mindful of that we could potentially get into. But ES is, you know, starting to make the move up. So I would expect some of this gap to get filled on SPX.
Yeah, I've always found it's healthier to come into Monday without a whole lot of expectations, both in terms of individual performance and market performance, right? I think it's especially for me, the strongest time to kind of develop a day-to-day or week-to-week thesis is after the opening hour on Monday, right? When we know we have the scheduled news. Obviously, we always have to be aware of unscheduled news, tweets, etc. But once we know what's coming for the week and we establish kind of that Monday high and low in the first hour, that's always something that we can work off of.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely something I get cautious about whenever we just get, strong moves in the open. There's so much day left, guys. There's so much that could still happen. So for me, when I see this, I'm like, I'm not enticed to take this by any means. I mean, for me right now, like, yeah, it just doesn't feel like a trade that I would want to participate in right now, especially that we haven't even gotten a single pullback.
Yeah, it's just green up.
Yeah, 23,222 could come into play. Obviously 23,200 is going to be a key level as well. But if we clear 200, I think we have room to the 22s, which isn't too far from that. But right now it looks like we are trying to make our way up to the 200s. ES, yeah, 333s are really going to be that next area for me. Let's see. Yeah, right now, if you guys see on my charts here, we're on the 30-minute. This is another area that I'd be looking for us to fill, which is why I'm talking about the 330s. You can see this wick right here. Again, similar thing that I was just mentioning in the pre-market. We did enter the wick fill technically right now at the 318s. And then, we could try to fill the rest of this wick sitting at 330. So that's what I would be probably targeting if I was already long in this. So we'll see. We'll see if we get this wick fill. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait out the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we should, in general, you execute your setups. I mean, I'm just saying in general, without any hesitation, right? Mark Douglas talks about that extensively. It's one of the things that separates, mediocre traders from good traders. At the same time, Mondays are the time you should come in without a sense of urgency to trade. I mean, you should never have that sense of urgency and I have to be in a trade at a given moment. But, we have to be able and willing to take our setups with little to no hesitation. However, on a Monday, I'm never in a hurry to trade on a Mondays, right? I'm never in a hurry to seek out spots when the big boys are just beginning to position themselves.
Absolutely.
Mayor, most of that wick fill that you're talking about, that's exactly the move that I said on NQ, like with that level at the 168. That is rejecting right now. So we did get that wick on NQ.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I see that on the 30-minute here.
All right, guys in the chat, who caught that long though? Now we really want to know, because I know that Boundless took that long from the 66 level and he's still in. So congratulations.
Very nice.
That's a banger. 100 pointer right there. Who else caught it? Nice. Yasir caught it. Dragonfly caught it. BBQ Larry caught it. Nice. Very nice. Congrats, guys. Good work.
Nice.
I wish I would have had a setup for this.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about a bull flag.
Yeah, but I mean, that was 30 minutes before the open. So bull flag and bear flags 30 minutes before the open. Very, very dangerous territory.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of trading in right before we open. I mean, that's the thing too. It's like you got to accept the fact that you're not going to get every single move. And look, I mean, I was hoping for a move to the upside at the start of everything, but I was planning on us potentially rejecting. Well, technically this area right now that we're sitting in, I was looking for us to reject, but even the 315s, I was looking for us to possibly find some resistance at, and then start to make our way back down. But right now it's just a waiting game. Just a waiting game. Don't try to catch a move that even if you're like, oh my God, this would have been such a great setup, I missed it. It's totally fine, guys. The market's not going anywhere. We just have to, just be focused to take the next one, right? So that's what I'll be looking for.
There's another highest session break. Let's see. Do we have 200 on deck here?
Yeah, very, very likely as far as it looks now. I mean, previous month midpoint is at 23K 213. I mean,
Yeah.
if we keep pumping at this rate, I mean, even Friday's high might be happening. Let's see.
Something in me feels like this is not something to be trusted, though.
Oh, I don't think we can trust anything right now.
Yeah. Just let it play out. Let these bulls get exhausted. Yeah, I think we have a shot at the 30s, though. I see some sellers sitting at 330. Yeah, 63.30 pretty much on ES. So if you're in a long on ES, I would start peeling profits off, potentially at the 330s, and then start trailing from there. But that's the next area of resistance I see.
That 50-minute opening range is going to be fun today.
Oh, yeah.
Right now,
I don't hate it to the downside, though.
no, that's true. But right now, it's over 100 points. It's 110 points already.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Yeah, definitely watch if we find resistance at 63.33. I think that'll be a really, really key area. Honestly, I would even say like 63.33 and 35. So that 3-point range is what I'd be looking for us to start potentially finding a top. Especially if we don't get the juice to push above. Because if we get the juice to push above, then 350s is a clear shot to me.
Yeah, could be. So, okay, we do have the 50-minute opening range established, and we're already breaking out of it, it seems like. It's sitting between 23,197 and 23,88. Holy moly.
Just unrelenting buying to start the day.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm serious. There's been almost no selling. Now there's been, the buying has paused for a couple minutes here or there, but then they step right back in, and it's slow and steady. We've been seeing more and more of this.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Just straight up. No pullbacks, no nothing.
Wild.
Yeah, out of the Mag 7, everything is up except Amazon.
Amazon got dinged pretty good last week.
Yeah, but everything else is up.
$63.30 on deck here on ES. See if we can clear those orders. Gonna need some volume.
It just doesn't stop. It does not stop.
There it is. Those orders got cleared.
Pretty big order sitting on the board there in the just above 21 or 2180.
Wow, just a ripper.
23,180, excuse me.
Next level of resistance here on NASDAQ I see is 23,263. Crazy.
Crazy. 38% of the chat, or at least of the people that voted, actually banked on that long. That's crazy.
Nice. Well done, guys.
62% missed it and are crying.
It's okay, guys. There's always another trade.
Better to wish you were in a trade than out of a trade.
Very true.
One hundo.
It's a little early for that Gen Z slang there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about, Matt.
I know. She was very LA.
So
What's the next significant level for you, Mary?
ES hitting, really banging right into this 333 area right now. 332.50 was the high. I'm going to start watching
wick, right?
here. Huh?
That's the wick that we were talking about before.
Yeah. So we did come up and fill that, but NASDAQ looking a little like we have some resistance here on book maps from like really this 220 area to 225, then 227. Just kind of stack liquidity there. Not a lot of orders, but trying to stack some liquidity in that area. Let's see, we could potentially get a test of the opening range high. ES would be sitting at 63.2575. NASDAQ sitting at 23,197. We do have some buyers sitting at 23,205 here on NASDAQ. So if we come down to that area, it could potentially be a retest. But yeah, not a single like pullback candle that we've gotten yet so far. Which is not what I would be looking for to enter any sort of trade. I want some sort of pullback, which is seemingly like we're getting it right now. So ES topped right at that 332.50 for now. I'd want to see if we can come down and retest this 25. NASDAQ to come down and test 23,200, and then possibly a continuation of that.
Quick shout out to our first timer, Sam, in the chat. Anybody who's watching this, who's watching Tradeify TV for the first time, let us know in the chat so we can give you a warm welcome. And if you haven't already, smash the like button.
And make sure you subscribe as well, because if you don't subscribe, you can't participate in the best chat in the business.
That's right.
That's right.
See if we get down to the 23,200s here on this pullback.
Are we getting a pullback now? Back to the opening range high.
Yeah, we're trying to test the opening range high here, just like you mentioned.
That could be an interesting long, maybe. Maybe.
I don't hate it. I don't like where my stop would have to be.
Yeah, the thing is, we're just too far at this point.
Yeah, I don't like where my stop would have to be. I want a little bit more deeper of a pullback, but if we do get a deeper pullback, I don't know if I want to take that for long either. The only thing I would be considering at this point, I mean, yeah, this one's tough. Like the opening range high could hold. We could just completely rip from here. I just don't like where I'd have to set my stop. Yeah, my stop would literally have to be below the 9 EMA sitting at 315.
Or
yes.
Or you could set it like below the previous 5-minute candle. But that's just it's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. But then, yeah, I mean, for me, you know, but that's another thing. If we get deeper from this pullback, right, at minimum, we would have for longs to hold for the continuation of the day. I think we'd have to hold the 315 area on ES. On NASDAQ, I would say even like the 125s. I mean, at minimum 100, but that would pretty much be taking out this whole move. You know, you'd be looking at like pre-market high, you know, Friday's high to hold. Right now, we are holding the opening range high though. So, you know, it's our bull's going to take this from here, because I think if we hold here, we clear 333 on ES and then make our move up to possibly the 350s. I'm just not in love with the stop that I'd have to have on this.
I think buried in everything you just said is a fantastic point, which is, and I know it's one I didn't consider when I was a younger trader, is that if you don't quite know where you're going to set your stop to get into a trade, you don't get into the trade, right? Like that's not something like, sure, you can say, okay, I'm going to give it X points or there's this key area, but if you don't at least know approximately where you're setting your stop, and more likely exactly where you're setting your stop, you can't justify the risk reward.
Yeah. Well, and that's something that we always talk about too, is like, I think a lot of traders think about, okay, well, if I get in here, I could make this amount of money. Great, but what about the other side? What if it goes south? How much money could you potentially be losing if you're wrong on this trade? And I think switching that mentality is what really helped me in my trading, is thinking about, all right, it's not about how much money I could potentially make, because that's technically uncapped.
Yeah.
How much money am I potentially going to lose on a trade like this, right? And you know, especially going in on a Monday, you know, you want to be a lot more careful and a lot more discerning about how you're going to be trading. You know, and this goes for every day, right? But especially I think on a Monday, is keeping that at the forefront is always going to be important. We did really hold that opening range high, which was a really nice back test so far. I do want to see if ES can clear this 333. If I was in this long, I would want to see a strong push through this 333 area. Right now, nice candle that we just put in on the 5-minute here. So let's see if we can find continuation now. NASDAQ now has room to this 260 area.
Yeah, it would have been a nice retest, but as you said, the stop.
Yeah, didn't like the stop. Man, crazy 5-minute moves though that we've been getting.
Insane. Break 30 points in like 2 or 3 minutes.
We did clear those orders at 333 on ES. 250 on NASDAQ is the next level that I see on book maps, which is literally, you know, around the same area that we were talking about getting up to. But and then maybe some at 270. Yeah, that's what I see so far.
We've had bears show their hand a couple of times, and they've gotten slapped both times.
20. Right now, the EMA, the 9 EMA is trailing up on ES to the 320s, which is where I see some buyers sitting. So I would feel a lot more comfortable initiating along at the 320s if we can get down there. But my stop would be like 315. 314.25 or so. So it'd be about a 5-point stop, but then, you know, a potential to run up another 15 points. So about a 3R trade on that would be in consideration right now, but we'll see.
It was a pretty nice bull flag on the 1 minute though. I missed it. Didn't look at the 1 minute chart. That was clean. Drew, if you can pull up my chart really quick. If we look at this, breakout from the 50-minute opening range, little consolidation, breakout of the bull flag, retest of it, and now push. This would have been a nice setup, but I did miss it. Well, well. Anybody caught it in the chat? Austin saying chase it. No, thank you.
Chase it. Yeah, you're speaking to my degen for sure.
Hey, some people caught it. Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats. Actually, fun fact, Cody, saying the solution to missing a trade is another monitor. Dude, literally my curved widescreen monitor broke this morning and I can't turn it on anymore. So
Oh no.
that might be it.
If it's officially done, can we get a video of you like smashing it?
Hey, that's actually a great idea for some content.
Why not? They have those rage rooms. You guys
Oh,
heard
I've
of
been
those?
to one. I've been to one
Really?
in
You would
Dubai.
have
Yeah,
fun to one.
that was so fun.
What was your destruction of choice?
The weapon or what I destroyed?
I guess both.
Well, we destroyed glasses, printers, plates. What else? Microwaves. What else? I think that was pretty much it. The most fun thing is taking glasses and just throw them at the wall. That's like a really fun
Yeah.
thing to do. Weapon of choice? I mean, baseball
Yeah.
bat for sure.
That's awesome. Shout out to my hubby for coming in and bringing me a matcha while we're
Damn.
streaming right now.
Matcha hubby.
He gave me the best person ever mug. So
Shout out to Matcha hubby.
shout out to Matcha Hubby for that.
Yeah, and Miriam. What does it say on the cup?
Best person ever.
Best person ever. Nice.
You got
Not like-
that right, Nick. That's right.
Not like best
forget
wife ever, just best person.
Well, it's funny because I got this cup for him.
Oh, it was a reminder. He was like, "Hey, I'm the best person
Yeah,
ever." Here's the matcha.
it's probably it. Yeah. Just a reminder of who just brought you this matcha right now. Oh man. All right. Well, we did come into the supply zone here on the NASDAQ. 263 is being tested right now. 6340 has some sellers sitting there on book maps on ES. But we did clear the 6333 area. So again, really strong out the gate right now. Right now, what I would see if you are in a long, I would be taking profits up here at the 260s. Because right now this is a supply zone that I have, at least on my charts. This is, I believe, it's a 30-minute supply zone, and that comes right from this basing candle that you see here on the 30 minutes. So clearing 263, I think you'll get the 280s, and then really I don't have anything until 340. So
Yeah. My chart is up right now. Look at this. That's the 5-minute since the open. I mean,
right. Wow.
come on. It's just straight up green. That's crazy. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Wild.
Why yield?
Why yield?
Cody says, "You have not lived till you have wrapped your hand and punched through a car window." Is that so? I mean, sounds
On
fun.
purpose or?
Well, I guess.
I would want to know how you accidentally do that.
I don't know. You hear about crazy things all the time.
True.
All right, a little bit of a rejection here at the supply on NQ. Trying to test the, let's see, 250s now. Not a single red 5-minute candle, guys. This is crazy.
Nope.
And it's like the moment you think you want to get in and start to chase it will be the moment that it reverses.
That's
It's
how it always works.
So
it
the
always
second you
works.
get that feeling, just try to restrain
All right.
yourself.
All right. So, Miriam, can you chase it and I just go short?
I think we need a marbles race for that one, but we'll try that on another day.
Yep.
Tough, yeah. So we don't have any data, it sounded like.
Nothing significant, no.
Okay.
We did just get another Trump tweet complimenting Sydney Sweeney for her American Eagle ad.
Oh, God.
Wait, he did say what? He did say what?
Sydney Sweeney, a registered Republican, as the hottest ad out there, hottest in all caps. It's for American Eagle, and the jeans are flying off the shelves. Go get them, Sydney.
Oh, God.
Trump is funny.
What exactly? What a creep. You took those words right out of my mouth, Jonathan. Like, I don't know about that. Yeah, she got a lot of people were saying it wasn't a very inclusive ad.
But to me, it was like I saw like a lot of the blowback from what was mostly non-existent blow. Like I don't really know that people were really talking about it and say, hey, it is what it is. And then all of a sudden, we're not going to get into that because then the chat's going to turn into a shit show. So
yeah, it's
whoever the marketing is behind it though, it was all over social media for the last few days. So whoever the marketing director is that put that stuff together, everyone's talking about it. So they accomplished their goal.
Yeah. American Eagle is saying they refuse to basically apologize for anything, which there's a whole nother realm to that. But Trump coming out with a tweet about it, come on. let's just not talk about it. If you care about a jeans ad, you don't have real problems. Facts.
Honestly, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I just saw that I see there's a media account that I follow it's not partisan. It doesn't, this not good, this bad, but it talks about trends in media. And I have a marketing background, so that was always interesting to me. And that they said, I think it was Fox News has run 85 separate segments on the ad over the course of the past week. And there's mixed. Okay, are people on the other side really offended by it? I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. It doesn't really matter. The objective of an ad is to get people talking about it. And holy cow, what a success!
Right. Exactly.
We're talking about it right now. That's successful.
Mission accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're really going to be fighting at this 260 area. So again, guys, I want to see if we can actually clear this 260. I'm not this is where I'm like, I'm not initiating any sort of longs here. I'm just, I'm really just saying these levels out for anyone who is, but I would be looking again, we're trying to reject this 260 here on NASDAQ. You can see the supply zone sitting right now. ES does have some sellers sitting at the 240s. Actually call it like 245. It's like oh my God, why am I saying 6340 and then 6345. 6347 also have some sellers there, but then it's really kind of just stack liquidity up through 650 and then really nothing until 6360. And I think I said all my numbers wrong there, but basically you have stack liquidity from like 6345 to 6350 and then nothing until 6360. And then really to the downside, I don't see anything. 6335. Yeah, 6335 has some buyers sitting there. And then really not much until 6321. So we'll see if we get some sort of pullback. I do want to see a decent pullback. Like I'm not talking about a little puny candle. I want something, of decent size, maybe even a couple candles worth for us to even get back down. I want to see if at this point, if we do come down to the opening range high, I would probably consider a long, just depending what the candles look like on the 5-minute. But other than that, if we just start rejecting here and then coming down, breaking opening range high, I would look for 315 to hold on ES. And then NASDAQ would be, be a little bit deeper on NASDAQ, but I think if we start breaking previous day high, or I'm sorry, Friday's high and then pre-market high, it's not going to look very good. And now VWAP is starting to trend in that sort of area. So definitely going to be waiting for that if we get it. Again, I don't like initiating along anywhere here. So really want to see this pullback come into play.
Yeah, where you were talking about the opening range high. So let's see. Okay, so kind of up here at approximately 200. That's just getting into the upper tolerance band of the +1 standard dev too. So that would be a very logical. If we're going to pull back a little bit, that would be a very logical place to do that. Yeah, I'd love to see us revisit 200. We did kind of already get a break, retest, and go of that, but one more confirmation off that level would be a very strong indicator that we're heading back to session highs and maybe making this one of those crazy 2 to 2.5% up days. Now, if we crack right through it, okay, now we got another story on deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking that we're coming back down.
Nice rejection of this so far.
Yeah.
This 30-minute. That was easily like a 30-point play. I mean, you would have had to catch it literally right at the start of that, but really nice rejection so far. This is something I really like to see. I would love to see a break of the opening range and continuation, get us a nice move to the downside, but
I would be so down for that.
not a high probability outcome, but no.
Well, not yet. If we wait for some more confirmation.
Sellers are serious. They'll make it happen. They'll make it happen.
Well, we need to make it happen then. Let's full port 100 contracts.
All you, Nick.
Hmm?
You and other Nick.
The Knicks.
The D-Gens Nick.
Yeah.
Since when am I a D-Gen? Come on. Just sometimes.
Just sometimes. You've learned your lesson from those days.
Yeah.
Specifically one of those days.
Yep. It was pretty painful.
All right, let's see. We are starting to make our move back down to the 200s here. ES getting some nice selling pressure coming in. Actually, I don't even have my aggregate sells on here. Let's see.
I'm starting to like this for shorts. Although I want more confirmation, but I like that we're finally starting to make a move to the downside as well and not just up. Let's see. That's been a while since none of us has taken a trade within the first 40 minutes of market open.
Yeah, this is a unique circumstance.
Yeah.
Just not really loving anything so far, honestly.
Nope.
I mean, it's funny because, this could potentially just end up being another trend day. Right now, it seems like it wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, that rejection right now of that 213 level on NQ, crazy. Cray.
Cray, huh?
You can. Didn't quite tap into the 9 EMA here, but we did hold the 330 on ES. NASDAQ, again, not quite at the 200s, but it's still holding 213 area. I think you had mentioned 213 as a level, Nick.
Yep, I did. $213 is previous month mid. Or how
340. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say on book maps here, you can see 63.40. There's some nice liquidity stacked there on ES. If anyone's trading ES, same area that we were really just rejected on that previous 2 candles. So it'd be looking for a potential for those orders to clear if we get up there. NASDAQ, nice bounce so far. 23,260, same area. We got to clear here. And then you have some sellers sitting about the 90 area. I think if we clear the 262s, we do have a good shot. At least, you know, I want to see the supply zone get taken out at the 80s. But, you know, after that, I think 23,300 is on deck. Nice.
Could be.
Nice
We're
so
starting
far.
to form a nice bull flag again on the 1 minute. I
I would have
don't
liked
really
a little
love.
bit more of a pullback though on this.
The thing is, I don't really like the longs at this level, but if this breaks, I mean, it could be a nice one. I would probably take it like with 1 mini.
I don't love it, to be honest. I really don't. It's one of
No,
those
me
trades
neither.
where, like, if you would have already been in it, right? And this is all in hindsight, right? But if you would have already been in this trade, there's no reason to sweat. It's just more, you know, initiating a trade in this area. You gotta be a little bit cautious. We didn't get the pullback necessarily to this opening range high, you know, or really even the 9 EMA. So for me, it's like there's no going long here, especially that we have the supply zone. You know, we need to clear the 80s. I think it's like you just got to sit out on a day like this and really just wait for price to come to you and show you a setup, right? Like, to me, you know, yes, we're sort of forming a nice trend up, but not something I would want to initiate at. So I'll wait for a pullback, another deeper pullback. This literally was the only red candle that we've gotten on the 5 minute.
Well, I might actually pull the trigger on this long, not gonna lie. Even though you
On
just said all
ES
that.
or NQ?
NQ. Even though you just said all that.
Hey.
I just want to see.
Nick says fuck all of what you just said.
Like, I don't care what you just said. I'm getting in. You know what? All power to you. Go for it. I hope you get this massive pump to the upside.
I want to close outside first. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'll take it.
Nice volume coming in here.
We got here 32s.
260s need to clear now.
Yep. I'm down for like this. I don't want much.
I don't want much.
Like, you know,
just a little
just a couple hundred handles.
Nothing. If we do break the 64s on NQ, I'm gonna move the stop. Because this could be a pretty explosive breakout there.
So did you already enter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, Drew, if you want to go to my chart so we can see the trade. Get some entertainment.
All right, so Nick is in that trade at the 252s, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, same as you, Miriam. I don't love it, but I like it enough to take it.
Okay.
I just had this. I mean, here's my thinking or my reasoning behind this. We formed the consolidation, right? We tried to take the low, did not bounce back, broke the bull flag, closed outside on the 1 minute, and the next 1 minute I entered like right when it opened. So I do have my stop below the 5 minute candle body at 27.50. That's why I'm only in with 1 mini. Let's see where it takes us. If it double tops, so be it.
So be it. We have some buyers at 240 now on NQ. Didn't see a lot of sellers at the 60s, just some at the 80s, but yeah, not much. It's kind of a quiet book map today. quiet order book.
Doobie doobie doo.
Doobie doobie doo.
See if we get this move up. Looking like the 50s are holding. We just need to clear these 60s here. Yeah, really, really quiet order book today. All right, we got it sounds like the chat is in a mixed bag today. So we got some that are in longs. I see a Wawa says he or she just entered a short on the 250s. So
hey, why are you fading me? Come on.
yeah, we got a mixed bag today.
Miriam said she's never gonna take a long here. Then chat is fading me. It's a hard Monday.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Yeah, it's one of those where you can, you know, for me, like I said, whenever I have to sit there and argue both sides equally, like I'm not taking the trade, because you could argue both sides. You could say, you know, bulls are strong. We've been in this crazy nice up move. We got one decent pullback, but then, you know, now we're starting to hold this, and we could completely just make another new session high, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like I could argue that we're sitting at a supply zone. This could be a shortable entry to potentially move us down. So for me, I'm like, I'm just gonna wait. If I have to argue both sides where one of them is not, you know, like significantly better than the other, then I'm good. I'm good just waiting.
Fair enough.
We'll see. I mean, it's those orders at 240 just got pulled. Go figure.
What? That happens?
Huh. Yeah, I know. Shocker,
No,
right?
there's never any shenanigans in the order book. Say it ain't so. Don't say anything to erode my trust in the institutions that have brought us so far in society.
Ooh.
At least we get some good action to start the day. I mean, whether you're participating, not participating, movement out of the gate on a Monday is typically a good sign for the week.
Right.
True.
What did you say your target on this is, Nick?
278.
78. Okay.
Basically just 1-to-1 risk to reward. Because it's not the greatest long entry, right? So I do not want to push it. Arnaf, Nick is in trouble. No, I'm not. I mean, if I hit stop loss, I hit stop loss. That's fine. Calculate the risk. I know how much I'm going to lose, and I'm willing to lose it.
Best loser wins.
Facts. I mean,
well, you know, I'm in the process putting together a few things, you know, little pieces to little content pieces. So one of the things I used to do this in a long form webinar is the 5 questions I ask myself before I get into a trade. And, you know, they come very quickly now. What setup on my trade is it? But one of them is, am I ready to lose on this trade? Right? Because if the answer to that is no, don't get in the trade. Every single trade you take can be a loser. And so you have to be ready for that. It's like, you know, what I was talking about with Miriam when she was saying, okay, I kind of like this here, but I don't know where I'd set my stop, which means she was not ready to know where to take that loss. And so didn't get into the trade. I know that sounds counterintuitive, guys, but that, honest to God, is one of the most important things you have to ask yourself before you get into a trade. Am I ready to lose on this trade? Whatever whether you have a standard dollar stop loss, a tick stop loss, or you just adjust based on risk reward. If you're not ready to lose on a trade, don't get in. And that's not, you know, it's interesting because some of that conflicts with some of the, sort of, you know, bro mentality in some of the market, right? Like, oh no, never planning on taking a loss or all win. Okay, I get that, but that's also part of the game, right? If you don't know how to manage those losses, you don't know how or where or when to cut your losing trades, that's how you blow out account after account after account after eval, funded account after a brokerage account, whatever. So, you know, it's a clever title to the book, Best Loser Wins. But in all honesty, that's the number one thing in this game that you have to be able to do is manage your losers appropriately.
True.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing too. It's like, you know, I feel like as new traders too, there's this thought and this feel of like, oh my God, I have to be in this trade. I can't believe I'm not in it. And you get this overwhelming sense that there will never be another trade. This is it. You got to be in it. And then, you know, another day comes and you're like, wow, this trade was way better than the one that I was just crying over like 2 days ago, right? And so that's another way to think about it is there's always going to be another setup. There's always going to be another day. Like if you missed the wildest move, like for me, these last 2 days that we had in the market, Thursday and Friday, those were the moves that I wait for. Those are the moves that I just absolutely love. And it's like, you know it too. Like you have the confidence for those trades. You feel it, you feel good in it. And like, even if you were to take a loss on it, it wouldn't be a big loss. So it presents itself as an A+ setup in every sort of way. And I capitalized massively on those last 2 days. And that's the thing too. Like I took losses in the beginning of the week, but completely like on those last 2 days, just completely wiped out those losses and more by just waiting for those. And so for me, it's like, I know what a good trade looks like. I know what a good trade feels like. So I'm okay letting something like this go. You know, this move that we just got to the upside, it wasn't in my setup. That's not something that I would just completely take out of the gate normally, right? Unless it's like, yes, this is, you know, hitting levels. I'm looking for this to break, whatever, so-and-so. But at the same time, I'm okay letting a setup go. It's okay if we miss a couple setups. There's always going to be another one to take. So you just got to see it from that side of like, you know, one trade can completely, if you just get married to that trade, completely take you out. But if you wait for a good setup, you're patient, you feel good in it, you have the good risk to reward. Even if you take a loss on that trade, it shouldn't feel like a bad trade because you stuck to your plan, right?
Yeah.
So,
True.
you know, it's yeah, it always just think about there's always another day, guys. There's always another trade to take. Even right now, right? As we're trying to get this retest, I mean, let's see if we can hold this 220. But even as we're getting this retest, like I have not been itching for any sort of trade right now. Like, I'm like, all right, we'll see what this move comes out with. And if we can get, like, I told you guys the move that I'm looking for from the beginning. If we don't see that today, absolutely fine. That's totally fine. There's always tomorrow. There's always the rest of this week. So, you know, you just got to wait and see and stick to your plan. So let's see if we can hold this I would say like 222 would be the area for us.
I would hope for a hold earlier because my stop loss is at 27.50.
27.50.
It's right above the 9 EMA. I don't like that, but I set it there and I gotta keep it there because there's always a reason to move it further down.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see where you put your stop. Yeah, this is one of those where if we come down, nasty NASDAQ could do some crazy work over here. But this is literally what I'd be looking for us to hold. We have the 9 EMA trailing on right where my level is as well at that 222. So ES does look a little bit stronger. We are getting a nice hold.
We're holding the 5-minute candle, buddy, so far. Let's see if we can push it.
230 on NQ has some buyers sitting there. So you guys can see we did catch a bid right at that level. I don't know if you can go to my charts real quick, Drew.
Ooh, that was
here right at this level we caught a bid at the 230s, now making our move right back up. So this is a penalty box. ES looks a lot stronger. ES breaking the 240s. There was some sellers sitting here at the 240. I don't know why I keep saying 240s. The 6340s. We did have some sellers sitting there. You could see some liquidity that was just filled there. And now we have, you know, some levels to the upside, right? We have 63.43, 45, and then the 50s. That's what I'd be looking for us. But you guys can't see this, but I do have the aggregate sells market pulse on the back end here. And I can see like when, you know, the strength of the buyers that are coming in. So whenever I see that, you know, and I'm saying like, hey, buying pressure's high or selling pressure's high, that's what I'm referring to. And it's really just like the amount of volume coming in towards you know, a level. So that's the sort of volume that I want to see when we're pushing into these resistance areas. So that's what I'm looking at when I say that. But yeah, nice hold so far.
Yeah, that was a close call. Like if we go back to my charts, Drew, look at this. So my stop loss was always at 27.50. I did not move it. You saw the charts the entire time. Price came down to 29.50. So that was close.
Wow.
2
They
points.
almost got you there. Where's our market? Or what's that?
I'm always saying, like, it's not over until it's over. They could still take me out. Like, not gonna lie.
I think our resident market maker Mario is playing both sides here.
Hey, Mario S.
Mario S.
Doing it
Where
again.
you at?
Doing it again.
Oh, that's fun. Tuxedo, Miriam, is there ever a good time to dollar cost average, or do you feel like the idea of DCA is not really recommended? This one I don't recommend for new traders at all. This is a very it's very rare for me to do that already, but it's not a horrible idea if you know what the hell you're doing, right? Dollar cost averaging essentially is just you're adding to a position that you're technically down on, right? But again, there's a strategy for this, right? As a seasoned trader, someone who's more seasoned, they know what they're doing, right? For the most part, you know, they're dollar cost averaging because they want a better entry, or they're not quite filled on their full size, right? Maybe their full size is 5 minis, for example, and they only got in 2. They would dollar cost average when price comes back to the levels they initially wanted to get into, right? So that's a certain case scenario where I would recommend, okay, if maybe you just wanted to be in on the trade because you see the movement happening, but then you're waiting for a specific level that hasn't broken yet to invalidate the trade for you, then you add to your position. But traders know at that point what their stop is going to be, right? They're not, a lot of times when we talk about dollar cost averaging in terms of like intraday trading, we're talking about those who just like, you know, oh crap, all right, I got in, oh shoot, price is coming down, well, I can get a better entry now, but they're already adding to a losing trade that's not going in their favor. So in that sort of scenario, which is usually the case, I don't recommend that. That's why I said for new traders, I don't recommend this. If you get in on a trade, you stick with that, see how it goes, you know, and learn from it if it doesn't work out. But yeah, I normally don't do it. I normally get into the trade right at my full entry, but it's very rare for me to add to a position that's already down. So let's see what we get
Scaling
here.
in versus doubling down, those are two extremely different concepts.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh, we're coming back down.
Man, nasty NASDAQ just doing its freaking rounds today. I'm telling you, it's always like right when the trade is entered, it starts messing around. Like those orders at 230 now move to 225 on NQ.
Now more like ranging.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like consolidation right now.
Yeah. That one has to take me out. Yeah, there it is. Alrighty, I'm out of this.
Ooh, getting some selling coming in pretty hot here on NQ. Let's see if we catch a bid here at the 222s. Because next level down I see is 210.
Might be that it just took me out on the bottom of that range, because like on NQ, the 260s are the high of the range, obviously, and then like the 220s ish are the low of the range, or like of that consolidation zone. So if you look at it in hindsight, I entered it long at the high of the range and exited at the bottom of the range.
Nasty NASDAQ.
Yep, she's a
Nasty
pickle
NASDAQ.
bitch.
She really is. Must be that time of week for her because she doesn't know what the hell she wants to do.
And that time of the day.
The time of the month.
Time of the month. That's what I meant. I don't know why I said week.
Well, no, I agree with you on the week. She's got a lot going on.
She's emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just tell her to calm down a little bit. Relax.
I think I could try to resonate with her as a woman.
I don't know. You're not nearly unbalanced enough.
I know the new moon is coming, but we got to chill out. All right. NQ. We got to relax.
So crazy to think that my long entry on NQ that I took during London session was at 22,993.
22,993?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Imagine I would still be in that. That would be nice.
Yeah, people should just start trading the opposite of what they think is going to happen. If you want to go long, just short it. This is what's happening in the Nasdaq.
Well.
You want to go short? It looks like it's going to go short. Just buy long. Press the bid. Oh my goodness. What a hold. 5-minute candle in less than 40 seconds.
I got the bottom tick Nick Wick stop loss.
Yeah, Gabby, that always works, Matt. Tell a woman to relax.
Yeah, that was my point.
If this candle closes with a hammer like this, man, dirty. Absolutely dirty.
You dirty. Why you teasing me?
Rough.
That's exactly what I wrote earlier. Program the buttons with opposite names.
I want to know if that's your strategy. Is that your strategy?
But
it could be profitable. Could be profitable for you.
I mean, the flag that we're forming now is looking way too perfect. I'm not gonna take this again, but it looks nice. Not gonna lie.
Well, the initial balance has also been set. So if you're an IB trader, this might be, I don't know. I don't love it. I still don't love it, but it does look like a nice bull pattern setting up on, let's look at the 15-minute here. Yeah, it's not the cutest.
It's not cute?
Not that cute, but technically, you could argue something like this setting up. Oh, my mouse. I need to reconfigure my mouse. It's way too excited. This could be on the 15-minute what we look for, and then a break of the IB high. So basically breaking the 64, I would expect a nice push up, especially if we put in candles like this, more like hammer candles. Then yeah, I would expect a break of 264 and then a push into, honestly, call it like the 340s.
Yeah, maybe that's push
ES
now.
looking a little stronger. ES very strong. I mean, really just a trend day on ES, it seems like it's putting in right now. We're holding the 330s. It's just very, very pitter-pattery right into, potentially the 350s. Getting a nice move up here on NQ. Let's see.
I just don't trust this move until we're out of that little consolidation zone there.
Yeah, 260 on NASDAQ has some sellers, and then again, the 280s. Still in the supply though, or under the supply.
TD Garage, have you actually thrown the mouse before? At the wall? I've never done it. I've punched a wall.
You know, boxing could be really healthy for you, Nick.
Yeah, but not a wall. Now, boxing is a really good sport.
It is.
I've done Shaolin Kung Fu in the past.
You tried Kung Fu?
I did do Kung Fu, yeah, but
I just want to know what you haven't tried. Like,
sitting still for a couple of days.
this is the most still we'll ever see Nick.
Probably yes.
Even when he's here, he's still on a treadmill.
I'm sitting now, but I'm only at 8,600 steps. I gotta get some more up.
Only.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Good for you, because they do say try to get at least 10K a day. 10K a day will keep the doctor away.
The fun fact, it's actually 7K. After 7,000, yeah, we like everybody always says 10K a day, but after 7K steps, the benefits are so minimal compared to the first 7K that you don't really have to do more than 7.
Nick says it's absolutely 100K a day.
100K steps a day keeps the doctor away. Well,
was your marathon or your half marathon 30,000?
I did like 26,000.
That seems kind of low for a half marathon.
No, it's normal. But I just looked up what my average is for this year. So my average daily step count for the entire year so far is 17,800.
Wow. That's great. I don't even want to look at what mine is.
So that's literally just I just sent it here, but that's literally just because of the treadmill. Honestly, it's like whenever I don't have enough steps for the day, I'll just hop on that treadmill. Easy.
That's actually amazing. Good for you.
You gotta get one, Mariam. Imagine trading, drinking matcha, and walking. Huh?
I need one of the stand-up desks. Right now I just have a stationary one. I used to have a stand-up desk, but it wasn't big enough. I needed more space.
More space, yeah.
More space.
Yeah, so I really needed more space, yeah.
More space, isn't it?
In it.
In it. Man, we really are just waiting. I think we're like what you would say, Matt, coiling up for a bigger move.
Yeah, and I want to kind of draw a distinction here because we use the phrase barcoding a lot. I've seen it in the chat a little bit. I'm not necessarily consider this barcoding. Barcoding is typically, and I know we do have some upper wicks, but a lot of candles in a row that have both up and down wicks, right? That just shows an area of indecision. Right now, we're not seeing heavy selling. We're not seeing heavy buying. This is really just kind of a rest pattern after a long move. Barcode, we had come down maybe to the 23, 130 to 150 level and thrown up wicks. Okay, I consider that barcoding. Barcoding is indecision. Right now, we are very much still in an uptrend. We're paused right now, right? The last half hour or so, we're not getting a ton of momentum. I'm going to keep talking because apparently we break down while I talk.
Yeah, getting some selling coming in here.
Yeah. So, but when we see indecision right now, we're not seeing heavy selling pressure or heavy buying pressure after this move above 23,220. It's just consolidation. I wouldn't call that barcoding per se. Barcoding implies indecision and lack of conviction on the part of the markets over a certain time period.
Yeah. Good. I like that distinction a lot because this literally is that we've just made a nice big move and now we're trying to figure out if this is the price to stay in, right?
Yeah.
So barcoding, guys, I know you guys have seen it, where we literally just don't do anything for pretty much the whole day.
Yeah, no, this is just consolidating.
Yeah.
It's the consolidation barcode.
But there are some traders that like that sort of action. They really just, that's their strategy.
I do sometimes.
Yeah. Like you look for that range to develop and then you just literally play the range.
The thing is, during London session, you sometimes have to do that because there's literally nothing else to trade.
That's a good point.
And it's when it's consolidating like that in a London session, you're not very likely to make new highs or new lows. So it works really well. During the New York session, it's a bit different.
Yeah. That makes sense. So now what I'd be looking at, now that we've kind of developed this range, or this whole day, what I would be looking for is opening range high doesn't look so fun to me anymore. If I'm looking at this, buyers would have to hold this. They would have to hold this 200 area on NQ. If we start to trickle down here, I will start to look for a short.
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards shorts at this point. I mean, I want to see how this 1 hour candle closes, but I'm leaning towards shorts at this point. So team bear, let's do this.
All right. Well, how much more do we before we start singing?
Yeah.
Go for it, Matt.
No, I'm good right now.
7:30. All right.
Yeah, we're right at +1 standard deviation here, sitting at right about at the 220 level. A 208 breaks the lower tolerance band. 235 puts us back above it. Standard deviation width of 118, guys. That's huge. And our 5-minute ATR is just a tick below 23. That's decent. It's not actually that big considering the dev width. So again, that just means you got to probably use a little smaller position sizes and give your trades room to breathe.
Selling really coming in here. I want to see 200 crack. I'll be waiting for that. It's either, man, it's either one of those where you got to wait for key levels, guys. You got to wait for, you don't want to front run these. Like, as much as this looks bearish right now, I'm not looking to initiate a short here, right? Because you want to wait for a candle to close. You want to see if bulls are going to take it from here. Any sort of dip into this area is still technically a long. So I would wait for this 200 area to clear on NASDAQ. ES 325. 324 325 324 for us to break if you are not already in a short, right? If you caught a short at this area right here with a tight stop, right, like, yes, you could probably still stay in this trade. However, to initiate a new short, we are still technically in the area that we could bounce at. So for me, I will be looking for a break of the opening range high and then look for a move down to VWAP on ES or VWAP on NASDAQ. Man, yeah, this is they're making us wait for it today, Matt. I don't know if you already took a trade, but
no, not yet. Sorry, I was checking my somebody hit my front doorbell. I was checking. It's just ups.
Sounds like some people in the chat are in some shorts here.
Yeah, it looks like we had a couple people hit some shorts, have some people. Yeah, I mean, there's some scalping opportunities to the downside. Would I be playing for a 50-point move down there? Probably not. Doesn't mean we don't get it, but I think this could be an area where we coil up and push back towards highs. Some liquidity layered down there at the 200 to 205 level, but we're far enough away. I don't think that's going to have a huge effect.
Yeah, guys, this is what I mean. We're still holding, especially ES. ES looks stronger. If I'm going to fade any of these, I'm fading NASDAQ. I'm not necessarily looking to fade ES because we are closer to those session highs than we are on the NQ. Not to say that NQ couldn't catch up. Definitely, obviously, we've seen that happen, but ES definitely the stronger one here. And the reason, obviously, not just, based off what you see on the technicals here, but you could see here on ES, we never even wicked down below this 5 minute right here, right? Like we did come down below the 9 EMA. We're starting to flirt with this 333 area. But again, this candle right here is what I would be first looking at for us to break opening range high and then initiate a short. Right now, we didn't even quite get down there to the 330s. And then NQ actually did break this candle right here, was trying to come down and test the opening range, didn't quite get there. Now we're getting the bounce. So again, this is why you have to wait for confirmation. I was looking at that short, but not looking to short anymore. This is, now what I would expect. I expect bulls to clear this level here, get a push up into the 280s, and then maybe find continuation. ES, again, a lot stronger. We have room to these 350s if we can get the juice. So let's see if we can actually get that. If anyone's still in a long right now, they're making you fight for it, but just depending on where you got in, again, I wouldn't look for us to get short until we can break the opening range high, which we're not even, we haven't even tested.
Mm-hmm.
Turbo, I'm looking to fade myself. You're funny. That's good.
They normally recommend you don't do that without doctor supervision, but
Yeah. May cause injury.
Do not operate heavy machinery while trading. That's actually really good advice.
Yes, it is. Oh, man. So what kind of wedding plans did you make this weekend, Matt?
Oh, we just had final call with our wedding planner. I told you one of the cool things we were able to do is our venue is like a wedding. It's not an event venue. It is a wedding venue. So they handle food. The woman that we've been working with on all the preparations is our wedding planner and our day of coordinator. And so, like, other than like a couple little things, we're getting a small outside cake just for us to cut. We did some flowers, but like mostly everything else is provided by the venue. So that's awesome. It saved so much time. A little pricey, but it's saved a ton of time. So we're just finalizing some menus, and we're tracking down all the stragglers who haven't returned their cards this weekend. So,
yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to it. So it is 2 weeks from this coming Friday.
Being hands off on a day like that is the move, is the way to go. Oh, wow. We're getting a lot of selling pressure coming in here.
Yeah, I didn't even know what a day of planner was until my sister got married a couple years ago. And then, so yeah, it's yeah.
Well, no, that is, it is, again, it's like the one day that you want to not try to stress out, and the least amount of work that you have to do as possible is the way to go.
Yeah, because obviously the bride and bridesmaids, they got to get ready, they got to do all the stuff. They don't want to worry about that, and me and the groomsmen, we need to be in the groom suite drinking. So like, what we don't need to be worried about any of that stuff.
We got better things to care, to worry about, for sure. Man, we are playing with this range here, guys. We're playing with this range. Every time we come down to this area of the opening range high on NQ, we just keep getting bought up. Only thing is, I'm getting a little worried on the bulls here. We did try to make that move, but there's clearly a passive seller really sitting there trying to stomp on these orders. And now it's just going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight of who wins. I want to see. I'm leaning more towards the bears. I am leaning more towards the bears because that was a nasty move back to the opening range. But again, still technically in the longs here, technically, until we can break this opening range.
I've not missed anything, have I, huh?
Not really. Not really.
Not really. So,
Would you go cook something?
I'm always cooking.
Mm.
So 2 minutes, no, actually, no, not 2 minutes, 7 minutes until the 1 hour candle close. That's when I start looking for shorts. If we close bearish.
Trump is raising the tariffs for India because they're buying Russian oil.
Okay. Another one.
Okay.
Thank you, Donald. Let's see. This is some ugly price action right here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been, again, just because something isn't decisive doesn't mean it's barcoding. Now, if we get 3 or 4 more candles similar to the last couple, now we're going to start talking about barcoding. Another thing for barcoding, I consider, barcoding, again, is just a term we use. It's not a technical term that has a universal meaning. So, we'll use it on here because you guys kind of get it. But I'm a little bit of a stickler for, like the word volatility. That means 10 different things depending on what kind of trader you're talking to. And so we all use different terminology, but yeah, barcoding is typically at weird areas on the chart. And it's just, we sometimes will get a strong push up met by a strong push down. It's just lack of conviction. So I still think unless we break back down below 200, we're really just consolidating after a very large move up. And again, it wasn't just the open, it was the overnight as well, guys. We're up 1.4% in the NQ right now. That's a very, very large move. We're at a plus ATR move for the day. So, until we start breaking down below 200, does that either become barcoding or does it come a change in trend?
These shorts look like they really want to come in here.
You're looking to short?
I am looking for a short, yeah. Just waiting. I would have liked to retest actually at the 222s, but see. ES still stronger though.
Yeah, which is interesting because ES was weaker at the market open.
Yeah, it was starting to show weakness. Yeah, but then really holding its structure here.
It wasn't.
We're fighting at this 200 area here.
Good
I don't love it.
Good times. How's everybody hanging in there this last hour or so? Is everybody making sure not to? I mean, I know there's a couple people have taken some trades, but momentum traders, there shouldn't have been a whole lot in the last hour that you like. So if you took a trade, and especially if it didn't work out, you need to kind of reevaluate your entry criteria.
Six. Did my stream just jump backwards to the open, or is Matt talking about the gold rush again? Well, sounds like a you problem, and it did jump back to the open. Or have you been talking about the gold rush, Matt? Again?
I haven't, no.
Still holding opening range. And some buyers stepping in here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a bounce attempt before another move down, but I'm going to be observing the 222 area.
Yeah, if this 1 hour candle closes short or like bearish, I am starting to looking. I will be starting to look for shorts. Damn, can I speak?
At this point, if they this is hard to say because I actually do like the short. The only thing is I think we need to go a little bit higher and pull some orders.
Yeah, the last two 15-minute candles look really, really bearish though. Let's say. Napos Ben, this is exactly what I said. I'm waiting for the new hourly candle to open.
Oh yeah, the hourly will open in less than a minute here.
Yeah, 45 seconds.
Make sure you guys stretch.
Okay.
I mean, that's actually really good advice. You don't need to be sitting in your chair for 3-4 hours without moving much. Get up every now and then.
Yeah.
That's why treadmill desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it the right way.
Yet I'm sitting. Whoopsies.
You know you're getting old when you're taking way too long to recover from workouts. I literally had my trainer also hates me, so she pushed me through some crazy session last week, but I'm still recovering 4 days later from that leg day. Let's see if we got to push into this 222. I'll consider a short here. The only thing is I don't like ES.
Yeah, me too.
ES is that.
I do like that for a short as well.
I don't know if we'll get it, Nick.
Well, I'm also willing to take it further down, but I just want to get some sort of a pullback. Even if it's just 20.
This is also one of those trades where even if we get this push down below, I'm not going to take the initial move down. I want, this is hard for me to say because I do like this 3-bar setting up right now, right? As we got this nice bearish move, a little bit of a pullback, didn't quite get to the 222s, but now it's looking like it wants to take it. So,
yep.
Here it is.
But maybe we still get it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, they really can't get a surge below 200 and hold it there.
This is one of those where, again, what I was gonna say is you could get the move down, right? You get a flush and then potentially just get in on the retest of the opening range. I would rather get in on a retest of the 222s, because then my stop would essentially be about 20 points.
Or even 230.
Only thing again is ES is just.
I'm with you on that short. If we go back up to the 22s, 20, 22, 25, somewhere around there. Let's see. We're getting there. Even if we reject this, I'm liking it.
The thing is like when I look at ES, I'm like, I wouldn't short this. NASDAQ, I would.
So you're looking to short ES overall, or
No, I'm saying if I'm looking at ES, I wouldn't look to short it.
Okay.
But NASDAQ, I'm gonna wait. Other thing is I don't like this. If we do close here, I mean, we have about 1:40 in this candle, but I would want a sweep of this area and then a move down.
Yeah. This is not the best 5-minute candle for a short.
Well, even the 1 minute doesn't look that great either.
No. Basically. No. We would be at the 22s now, but
yeah, we are there. I just don't like ES. I feel like ES looks like the strong one. Watch that be the move, Nick.
Oh.
Is that the move, Nick? Did we just miss our entry?
Maybe we can still enter.
Huh?
We can still enter. Will be a tight stop still. But I'm not liking it.
I'm just gonna wait for a break at this point. I don't like where ES is sitting. Yeah, my stop would be okay, but it would be one of those where it could easily just get wicked out because it wouldn't be at the highs. I would rather my stop be at the highs than be like sub, because it essentially I would, if I took this trade, oh man, this looks like it might set up actually pretty well. If I took this trade, I would have to set my stop at the 65s, which that would be like a 40-point stop. I would not.
Yeah,
I would not take that. And right now, objectively, if I look at this, technically it's still bullish in terms of holding the opening range. It doesn't look great for bulls, but technically still bullish. So right now, look at that, Nick. We got played.
Well, let's see. In that moment, it looks like it, but
in that moment, they knew they fucked up.
Even if we get a 5-minute candle close, a bearish candle close in a 5-minute, we could still take it.
Yeah, I don't love it. I honestly don't love it.
But
again,
then the stop would need to be at like the 25 level.
Yeah, I don't love it. Another reason why I'm like, again, because I'm more of a momentum trader, it's not something that I want to sit through right now. Like looking at this, it looks like they might try to, just consolidate in this area. And that's also another reason why I'm like, I'm not interested in this.
Yeah. Fair.
So what I would like.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I would like to see is breaking this, holding below this opening range high, maybe even getting a retest back into it for a potential short. ES, I would ideally like to see below these 333s. Again, a little bit of a stronger one here, but I think clearing those orders, there's some orders on NASDAQ sitting at 23,190, pretty much where we just wicked down to on this candle. And then if we can clear those orders, I mean, we really just have VWAP sitting here. So that's a nice 100-point move. We can get that. Getting selling coming in here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we get this bearish 5-minute candle close, I'm still looking for a short, which is completely fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the first move.
This is true.
This is very true, yes. We also take second move and third move, yeah.
Where did this Indian accent come from?
I I have no idea, but it just came out of me. Okay. But then you also have to shake your head like this.
We hope we're not offending anyone here.
No, if
We
it
make
does,
fun of everyone, so it's okay.
if it's offending anybody, I'm sorry. I didn't intend. That wasn't intentional.
So good. This really feels like one of those choose your fighter sort of situations. Like these bids keep coming in at this opening range, but like the bears really look like they're just out for blood at this point. So potentially, you know, we could be seeing this.
What?
I'm just laughing at background Nick in our chat. Laughing is important, not just in trading, but in general, right? There's psychological benefits to laughing.
Well, in
I'll laugh at
trading,
things that aren't even that funny.
in trading, it's like you laugh so you don't cry.
Yeah. It's called laugh cry, you know. Just let it happen. Man, see, that's what I mean by like this move right now. I'm looking at the 1 minute. If I would have taken this trade, even on this candle right here, right, I would have been pissed at this point because we're just sitting here. Like it does look favorable for the shorts, but again, we're still in technically long territory until we break this opening range high. ES is not the one I would want to short or fade right now.
Well.
How we doing, chat? How we doing on today? I know some people took both sides today. So if you were a bear or a bull, you know, you could have made money. Could have made money today, but on the bear side, you would have had to be a little bit more quick. Right now, they're trying to fight. They're trying to fight to bring the market down. ES is just holding. These candles are getting ugly though on the 5 minute.
Yeah, we did have a more or less bearish 5 minute candle close. It was more like a hammer candle there.
Awawa is tempting along at 200, to be honest.
Really?
I hope you're honest about that. We got a couple people that are green. Great. This was what did that say? Trading for Keep says this was completely filled Friday's overnight gap. 5 minute candle looks like bait for bears. Yeah, see, you can argue both sides at this point.
Yeah, you can really argue everything at this point.
Oh, the hubby just scalped ES for the first win on his eval account. Let's go.
Wait, that's your hubby?
Good. Yep, that's the hubby.
All right.
Well done, Mr. Matcha.
What's up, Matcha hubby?
Let's go. I wish I had my soundboard so I could give you a pew, 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 pew. Matt's favorite.
Well, you can just say it. He's gonna.
I hate that with a fucking passion.
I actually do have it on my soundboard, so.
Oh man.
Just for the fun of it, I will play it for Matt all day. Drew, can we get that soundboard connected, please?
Hey, I have my PC now, Drew, so it should work. We should get this to work. Oh, we're gonna have so much fun with this soundboard, guys.
Oh yeah, way too much. I think they're gonna
take
it
no
away.
idea what's about to be unlocked.
I think they're gonna take it away from us pretty fast.
What, the short?
No, the soundboard.
Oh, the soundboard.
Not the short, Miriam.
Well, the short is definitely not looking. Honestly, nothing looks good right now.
Now we're getting into a little barcoding action.
Mm-hmm.
That 1050 candle is about the only definitive candle we've had since since about 10 o'clock or a little before.
start pew-pewing, I'm out.
No, there will be no pew-pewing on the stream.
Oh, man.
We are holding the 9 EMA on the 5-minute though. Very, very nice lay.
ES and NQ just look like completely different. I mean, they are completely different instruments, but like they're doing their own thing. Man. $15-minute on NQ looks ugly, but we are holding this opening range. Holding this opening range. So it is, again, like I said, it's still a long if we can hold this range. If not, we come down and break. I would be looking for a short. That's why I did not keep this trade.
We do have a little bear flag setting up on the 1 minute though. On NQ. Just saying. Can we get a move, please?
Hey, can't you call Powell, Nick?
I can.
Yeah.
If you ask nicely, I think it'll.
You guys jump out of planes together, right?
Yeah, we do, but just on the weekends.
Okay, yeah. That'd be great if that's how Jay Powell showed up to like Jackson Hole one time. He just parachutes in.
He's like, "Good afternoon."
Good afternoon. See you later.
That'd be fun. No, you know what, Turbo? I did get a new mic, and I've been told by production that I need to now revert back to a new one, or my old one, because yes, you can hear all the clicking and clacking.
Yeah, you sound
I
like.
I apologize for that. This mic will go away. Tomorrow.
You sound like when you type, you sound like a pretty, like a stereotype secretary in a movie. like type something really quick, just something.
You want me to type something?
Just type something. It's like, yeah, just 1 second.
No, you know what that reminds me? Because I have nails too, and so when I'm typing, it's like I'm like.
The worst
it's like
sound
that
on
Family Guy episode
the
where
worst
he's
sound
just
on
like...
a phone, on a touch screen. The nails. Ugh.
I like my clicky keyboard. I just got it.
All right, we need some real action here in the market. This is getting way the fuck off base.
All right, we're testing this level again here. Let's see if we can actually clear this.
Come on, markets, pitter patter. Let's get at her.
We got shorts to be in, okay? Let's go.
Keyboard ASMR.
Yeah. The hell with all this like short-term stuff. Let's go to 0 or let's go to 40K. No one...
Right, exactly.
Let's do it.
Chris Lee. You guys are funny in the chat. You guys are funny.
They are.
When will the beat drop? When will the beat drop? All-time lows.
-1.
I think I said that on the stream once.
That's
What?
like, how did I end up being here with these?
All-time lows?
Edgar, I would never, ever, ever say that out loud.
Yeah, we know how Matt feels about us, truly. All right, let's see if we get this break here. I think they flush it if they do.
Yeah, that's that bear flag break there. I just don't want to
have to be the
that
90s
low
that
again.
break, though. The 90s are gonna have to be where the flush comes, because
That's
right
why
now
I'm-
they're still.
That's why I'm
holding
not
it.
entering yet. because otherwise the exact same happens again that happened before. I would rather have a move back up to the fifth, like around the 15, 13 level, and then take a short there.
We got some stack liquidity here. 190 to 180 has some buyers sitting there. But then after call it like 175, we don't really have anything until 150. So we could get a nice like 20-point flush. We do see this. Still holding though. Man, they are holding it by a thread. Do you guys see this? This is nuts.
Yep. Adam Roberts, how do I trade the bear flag off of a 1 minute? Well, flags in general. Look, the thing is, if are we on my screen? Nope. You can go to my screen, Drew. There we go. So basically, the thing is, you do not want too long of a consolidation for flags. So this was a perfect example here at 9:47 a.m. Right? We had a consolidation on the 1 minute that took. Like, it's not even a consolidation. It's kind of like a little pullback that has 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points on a 1 minute, right? But it didn't last longer than like 6 minutes, and then it broke out. The second one, the one that I took after that, already was taking way too long to break. You know, it went. It took from 10 a.m. until 10:14 to break that, which is still okay, but not A+ anymore. Like anything under 10 minutes is what I'm looking to see for a flag break. And this one as well, like the one we're talking about right now, 11:01 till 11:15, so another 14 minutes. Not ideal. That's why I'm a bit hesitant, because I didn't really catch that on the first one, and I got stopped out. So that's why I wait for some more confirmation here. We are retesting that opening range high now.
This is so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's break it, you rats.
If they don't, are they dead to you?
Yes. Well, not this. They're okay this time because I'm not in the trade, so that's all that matters. Ooh, that open though is not cute.
Jesus.
Oh. I see. I can tell who's in shorts in the chat.
Why? What are they saying?
Well, Schrodinger's stop loss definitely is. Nick, you missed the 11:07 trade.
That was actually a nasty candle, not gonna lie. The 11:07 was a bit of an ugly one.
This is actually nuts. They are holding this opening range right here.
I would like to join the short at like the 215s.
At this point, it almost feels like you could just trade this at the range. Like if we come back to the 9, which it, ooh.
Never mind.
There's a lot of aggressive sellers, but more passive buyers is what I'm seeing on the books right now.
Well, after a move like that, you don't necessarily need sellers to come in. You just need the buyers to be exhausted to bring it down.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, if you want to bring it back down to VWAP or get a sustained push below 200, yes, the active sellers need to step up. But yeah, we're just sort of drifting lower. If you go back and look, you know, in any, I'm looking at Bookmap right here. Yeah, just not a lot of significant selling, but next to no buying. So.
Mm-hmm. Yes, starting to look a little bit, you know, toppy here on the 5 minute at least. We are testing this 333 area here. I wouldn't start looking again. We're way above the opening range high. 330 is going to be the start of the line in the sand for me to consider shorts on ES. NASDAQ would very likely be, you know, more closer to like the 170s in that case. And then, you know, we have opening range highs sitting at the 63.25 63.6 area, 63.25. VWAP is starting to creep up a little bit to the 318s. But if we do get some volume starting to come in here to the downside, you know, we could see a nice like bounce at VWAP, maybe even like a dip into the 315s and then a possible hold. And then, excuse me, the afternoon, we could see a nice little move back up to the highs, the session highs. So just a waiting game. I mean, this is, again, I'm not like at all triggered to enter anything at this point, considering especially like this is why you got to wait for confirmation. Every single time we come down here, we start to get a move down, but then, you know, bulls step in, they hold it. ES still above certain key levels for me that I would not look to short yet. One of the tradable shorts would have been at the 340s. Now we did see some sellers sitting there, but again, if you're not already in the short, I would not be initiating one here per se. Again, always look at like where your stops would be, right? Because if you initiate a short, for example, on ES, like, okay, you can initiate it at like 338, but then where would your stop be? You'd almost have to have like a 10-point stop. Yeah, you could have like a decent 20-point move to the downside, but you know, it's not really something I'd be, you know, swinging for the fences thinking that that's going to come. What a hold. Look at the 15-minute here. Let's see what we got. Oh, God.
Still the 215s.
Look at the 15-minute. This looks wild.
The 15-minute does look wild.
Got this trend line here on the 15-minute. I call this a penalty box. This whole move.
What area?
Box.
I call this bullshit, but whatever.
I think this is probably the first stream I have not taken a single trade on yet.
Nah, you had one before. In the early days of Tradeify TV.
The early days?
Back in the day, like we've been on for years.
2 months ago.
Yeah, but no, when we started, we had a couple of days where we didn't take trades.
In the before time, in the long ago.
The land before time.
Yeah.
So are we getting a hold here or what?
The 15-minute looks like it wants to hold, but it's also very ugly. We don't like it.
It's not cute.
It's not cute.
It's not cute.
Nice that we said it at the exact same time, man. Let's go.
If it ain't cute, it's ugly, and we don't take it.
You're not first, okay. You're last.
I'll trademark that. I think background Nikki had a little bit of a rough day today. Someone said
DJ, do you need a hug?
Or a hug. Uh-oh, did we lose Nick again?
Yeah, Nick said, fuck you guys. No, you're not even my... Uh-oh, I mean, how rough was your day, D-Gen? Is the ring going back? Like, you got to apologize to the fiance?
No.
I'm back.
We missed you.
Aw. Missed you too.
Well, guys, while we're waiting, please, if you haven't already, like this channel. We're out for that 20K subs, okay? So if you haven't already
subscribed,
make sure you do it.
Do both.
Do both.
How can you like?
You could do both.
Por qué no las dos? That's some true D-Gen shit right there. Background Nick.
Hey, when are those IRL streams coming, Nick?
Yeah, he's been talking all this shit about him.
Yep.
Nick needs to just walk around Chicago wearing his DJ
cloak. Yeah. To be fair, there's parts of Chicago he wouldn't stand out.
That's fair. Oh man.
Get
Crazy.
up in the theater district, man. He wouldn't even get a second look.
Theater district sounds about right.
Oh, so it's going to be IRL stream day drinking? Day drinking and full porting?
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man, yeah.
That's why you gotta wait for confirmation, y'all.
Confirmation.
Clean hold of this. Like these buyers here really are just like, you shall not pass.
Why
We
did
get
that happen?
Gandalf back on the stream, man.
That was like an Indian Gandalf, though.
What?
It sounded like you shall not pass. Yeah.
That was definitely not the accent I was
That-
going for.
I think Nick was just looking for an excuse to pull out his accent game again.
Oh man.
Yeah, when is Gandalf coming back? That's a great question.
Well, I don't know. Talk to our product manager, man. He books the guests.
I know you guys want marbles. We will have marbles soon again. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon again.
It's coming.
There it is. But marbles would definitely dump the market, that's for sure. See? Just as I said that. 5 points.
Literally. Well, we're trying to reject the 9 EMA here on both futures. NQ rejecting the 222s. This is our range.
Seriously, this price action could just go fuck itself, man.
I'm taking that short now, guys.
They got to dump it here, honestly.
I took the short.
All right, Nikki.
marbles.
Nick is in a
marbles.
Marbles.
Let's see if we can get this one.
I'm hoping this market drops faster than your cat trying to get on your desk.
Well,
That was so cute. Oh man.
yeah, it was so funny. I was just like, bro, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That picture where it's just frozen when he's slipping, you should have like done a, scratch freeze frame. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Or like, it was at this moment Jackson knew. He fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6. Pray for that trade. Let's go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, DM, if you're only here for the marbles, then cool. Uh-oh. Are we getting cooked? Are we getting cooked or are we cooking?
That is the question.
That is the question.
What was your entry? I can't see your screen.
Yes. 206.50. Pretty much break even right now.
As long as we stay below the 9, I think you
We're just gonna say marbles.
100 or 200 and you had it. It just,
Oh,
Yeah.
marbles.
you got like 10 more and I think Drew just mutes you behind the scenes.
Yeah, Turbo. We should have Gordon Ramsay as a guest on the show, actually. He would be cooking.
He would just take 2 pieces of bread, put your head right in between it and say, "What are you?" And then you'll be like, "An idiot sandwich."
What was that from? That was a skit, wasn't it?
I think it was Hell's Kitchen.
That is
I
from
thought it was a
Gordon
skit he
Ramsay.
did on something.
But hey,
Was
hot
it?
take.
I think it was like Hell's Kitchen.
Hot take on this. I went to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant in Dubai, and it was actually not good.
Hmm?
Nah.
Is it Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah. Not good. I mean,
Oh.
it was okay, but price value, nah, not
Mm.
really. Not like the same as this trade. Uh-oh. We're taking a hit today. Thursday and today. I'm on a if this one loses, I'm on a 5 trade losing streak.
5
Well,
trade.
That hasn't happened in a long time, actually. 5 trades in a row.
It's okay.
Well, but that's
That
just
happens.
on your account here. You've had other wins.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm just talking about the live stream. I mean, I've had bangers during the London session.
Well, you get like one more after this, and then we start fading you.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Or you just got to program your keys, like we had someone in the chat say. Every time you want to take a short, it's just going to go long for you.
Mm-hmm. Come on,
Still rejecting 222 though. This is a key area, guys. 222 on NQ is
It is.
it is a key area.
It is a key area.
Where's your stop sitting?
25.75.
25.75.
25.75. Pretty much right there. Don't do it, Nasdaq. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Really is nasty NASDAQ today, isn't it? In it.
Okay. In it.
Yeah, I don't know that it's nasty so much as just like boring.
This is true.
Like it feels like the edible or the market took an edible, is just hanging out on the front porch, like
Yeah, for real.
just vibing
Like,
right now.
Yeah, she really is waiting for victims today.
She's doing the same thing again. Look, I did not get stopped out because of 2 points again, as in my first long, and then she came for me after. So let's see what happens this time. Would be nice.
Wouldn't it be nice?
TP. There she comes again. Damn it.
Here she comes.
Pretty sure that's not the
I
song.
know, I'm making it up. Work with me here. Here she comes for your stop loss.
That was, hey, stop it. That was even closer now. That was even closer.
I feel like it's one of those old like
was 1 point.
memes where it's like, that's a nice trade you have on there. It would be a shame if somebody hit your stop loss.
Oh man.
Oh, Mary mistyping.
Is she typing or slamming her fists on the keyboard? I can't tell.
You know what? I'm gonna start muting myself.
It's the nails, Matt.
Oh man.
Strangers in the night.
All right, I got stopped out. I'm done with this shit for today. Come on.
Karaoke.
Karaoke.
That sounds like a disease.
Karaoke disease.
It reminds me of like one of those things where like if you don't speak English but then you hear a certain word, it sounds not this, but it's just like if you hear a word in English and it sounds pretty to you but it actually means something terrible, like diarrhea. Like it's one of those, or cholera or something like that. Anyways, that's what it reminded me of. That's all I got.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Well, we all get fired in a week or two. We're going to point to this stream as the one that started us on that track. Yeah, it's like I just picture the doctor coming into the room. I'm sorry, sir, but you have Marioki.
Marioki.
Start treatment right away. Do not operate heavy machinery while.
Marioki. She got taken out by that Marioki.
Yeah, my cousin Ed got that Marioki once. They gave him a special shampoo, cleared it right up.
I think that is where the photoshopping session starts.
No, we're not going down that road again.
Yeah,
only Monday. We can do that
there
on Friday. We can't just shoot the whole fucking stream to shit on a Monday.
It's only Monday, guys.
Well, but Bobby, yes, correct. Obviously, we're it's not the most exciting market, but as much as we're laughing and joking, we're trying to find some things to talk about. At the same time, we're also, for the most part, leading by example, right? Taking some nibbles. Nick's had a couple of nibbles. He hasn't sat there and taken $8,000, $9,000, $100,000 losses or anything like that. We're just waiting for an opportunity, and the worst thing we can do at that point is force trades or try to find. I'm looking at my charts about every 30 to 60 seconds right now, guys. Usually I'm watching pretty closely. You see usually my you get this profile because I'm looking at my main chart right now. There's just nothing to do until we get a breakout or breakdown. And this much consolidation, I will tell you right now, I will not trust the first move. I don't care if it's up or down. Will not trust it. So yeah, at this point, like I said, there's times we're trying to be aggressive in trade and try to find some stuff together. And then there's times we've got to be an example to you guys and not hunt some stuff out. Those you guys are finding some things to trade, hitting some winners, maybe a little scalper's paradise in here. Man, great. More power to you. As I've said many times, guys, I root for every retail trader, whether you're in this stream, you're not, you're someplace else. People I maybe have met, don't even get along with in this business. They're retail traders. I root for them. But yeah, I mean, the worst thing we can do is force things here. And now, I mean, if there's a couple opportunities according to your plan, great. Otherwise, keep your position sizes small, keep your losses tight. This is at the type of day, guys. I can promise you in the last hour, thousands of evals across many companies have been blown, if not more. So that is one of the hardest things and I get it, right? I was there as well. I'm sure Nick and Miriam, you guys were early in your careers as well. Like, I'm a trader. The markets are open. Therefore I trade. And that is the absolute wrong mentality, right? We trade when we have an opportunity, not before, not after, not when we have an opportunity that is according to our edge that we have tested out. And if that's not there, there's no trade. It sucks. And guys, this is why we try to be entertaining. We try to laugh, tell jokes, all that, because we've said it many times on this show, guys, when trading is done right, it is a lonely, boring endeavor. It really is. So we're trying to give you guys a little edutainment in the background here. So
edutainment.
I mean, some people I know have us in a tab behind some other things, and I don't know why, because if you can't see us, you can't see my beautiful face. So I'm not sure what you're even doing, but okay, fine, and Nick too. But but if you just keep us on in the background, then that's fine as well. Yeah.
It really is like the difference between chart time and trading are not the same thing. Right. What we're doing is really just chart time. I mean, I haven't taken a single freaking trade here because I don't like anything. And I told you guys, like, even looking at the 15-minute, what are we doing? What are you
doing?
Anyway,
when the market's at this point, I'll put my whole chest behind that one. That's fine.
Yeah, you really put everything into that. But we're really just like, look at this range that we're sitting in. I mean, you could argue this looks bullish from a 15-minute standpoint. It's not the sexiest. It definitely doesn't look great. But we're really just like the 190, right? 23,190 all the way up to this 23,264. This is what I call, again, a penalty box where I don't initiate any trades in this because we are just going to chop. That's literally what we've been doing, trying to find a way, right? We're trying to figure out a direction to take. ES, same sort of thing right now. We're just consolidating. But in terms of, you know, getting this move down, I told you guys, like, this is still technically in long territory where I would not be looking to short this. Now we are, again, starting to try to get the push down again. But again, I don't trust anything until we can get the traction. But even to Matt's point, even the initial move that we get, if we just get a tractional move, I'm not looking to necessarily enter that short. I want to see a push down and then, you know, see that we're actually finding acceptance below that, maybe get a retest and then try to short it from there. So the first move, in my opinion, is not going to be the most trusted one. So that's why for me, I want to see this move down on both futures. And again, I kind of did mention this on the 5-minute on ES2, right? When we're looking at ES, we're still holding this 330 area, right? We haven't even touched 330. We're still holding 333. So 330 is going to be that key level, which is sitting right at the bottom of this candle's wick right here. This was at 10:10 a.m., right? Eastern, right? So now we're looking at us to potentially break opening range high. NASDAQ looks a little bit weaker than ES because it's sitting a little bit closer to that opening range high. But again, breaking opening range high on both futures is what I would be looking for. Right now, ES is the stronger one. So yeah, like I said, not looking to take a short initially in this penalty box area that we're looking at. But I drew this trend line so you guys can see we are technically in a down, well, not a down trend, but we just have this downwards trend line that we could break to the upside. I think if bulls have the momentum here, they could break this trend line and then surpass this supply zone that we're really just rejecting this whole time. But we'll see what we get. I don't know if we'll get the move necessarily by the time we are off, but these afternoon moves have also been playing out, at least for me. I've been coming back into the market and looking over some things, and, you know, I'll set my alerts looking at certain levels, and I'll come back and I'll notice, oh, okay, we broke this level. All right. And then we'll get some tradable action then. But yeah, typically when we start to enter the lunch hour, you know, we start to see volume dry up a little bit. We start to see, you know, a little bit less liquidity happening, and you know, just a little slower moves, which you guys can see we've been kind of getting that like zero follow through sort of action ever since we opened. So not the best tradable market right now as we're seeing it.
I see Andrew's comment up there. Said my kids now run around saying, "What are you doing?" Thanks, Matt. Well, you know, listen, it could be worse. They could be running around your house yelling "Ding, ding, motherfucker." So let's pick our battles here, Andrew.
Oh, that's great.
Hopefully that's the only phrase they've learned from me.
Maybe they'll start saying, "Oh, that's cute."
Yeah.
That's not cute.
Yeah, just remember, none of the three of us have kids, so just keep that in mind.
And then we're gonna have a junior stream.
Yeah. None of the three of us will be doing that one. I promised you that.
Yeah, yeah.
Da, 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 da. Right now, this is just ugly.
Yeah, this is what in the action, man. This is nuts. We have not had a day with this much like choppy consolidation bar, whatever you want to call it, like this much of it in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We had a nice, I'm not saying everything was always easy to read and all that, but like the last couple of weeks, it's been mostly good movement. You know, we'll consolidate for a half hour, 40 minutes. The market does that every day. And then have a nice move, or at least, you know, 30, 40, 50 handle moves that give us opportunity to get in. There's just outside of that initial run up, which again, this is giving me flashbacks to like April and May, you know, like when we first started the stream, we would get that one move in the morning. And then it's like, okay, I hope you caught that, because I'm not going to give you shit for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, actually.
The classic. Yeah, the opening range high is really holding still. Just holding. Matt, what are you gonna do after the stream?
We have a meeting after the stream.
No. First we have a 50-minute break and then we have a meeting.
Damn.
Dumbass.
What am I gonna do? One of the cats is screaming for his food upstairs, so I'm gonna go give them some food, and then I'll come back down.
Do you have a door that's closed?
Yes.
Or do you leave everything open? Okay.
Well,
do they sit there and just scratch at it?
Yeah, I typically leave it cracked. No, they don't scratch at it. They don't. I'll sometimes leave it cracked after, if I take a break midway through and see if anyone wanders down. Although I'm being a little more careful today. This weekend, actually, we moved a lot of stuff, storage stuff, back to the basement because it'll be a couple more months, I think, before we start the renovation. We need to get it out of the garage, so I'm not sure I want them climbing on all the shit down here now, but we'll see.
Well, so what I meant with my question, Matt, is what are you going to do after the stream, after the meeting, after everything?
What does it matter?
It's lawn, duh.
Yeah. Well, no, the lawn was this weekend.
Oh, okay.
I might have to go water stuff outside or something like that, or I got to put in a grocery order later, and then probably trade the afternoon session. We'll see.
All right. Nice.
Nick's gonna go to sleep.
No, Nick's gonna go jump off something tall. It's just...
and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
Or go to sleep while jumping off something tall. Well, let's see. Not today. I love how it's silent and we just hear Merrim's mouse clicking.
This will be the last time, I promise. I thought I was doing something good by getting a shotgun.
You were talking about that when we were waiting, and like Drew told you, that's going to pick up everything. And I just saw your face. You're like, shit.
That's the last thing I want. Well, it's funny because I heard with shotgun mics that you have to be very precise. Like I literally have it right in front of me right now.
Yeah.
And so my intention was you have to speak right directly into it. So in fact, the opposite would happen.
If you take it closer, that will happen. So like if you move it closer to your face,
so I literally just have to have it like directly, like I'm holding it as a
yeah, like the closer you go, the better, obviously. But
well, here I go, getting tech advice from ChatGPT. We'll do that to you. It's been okay so far, though. It's been okay in terms of everything else it's recommended. I'm loving my setup so far. I really am.
You damn kids and your AI. Stands for artificial idiots.
Oh man. Drew's out here like telling me I fucked up in the nicest way possible.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you need to go back to your pod mic.
At this point, we gotta start playing a game or something.
All right, well, we're trying to hold above this 222. Oh my god, I can't even believe I'm saying this. This is like torture. We've been in this.
You've been saying this for like 70 times now.
Literally, I mean, look at ES. ES has been in a 5-point range, literally, for the last hour. And NASDAQ, nasty NASDAQ, since an hour ago, has also been in a 20-point range. This is just insane.
Hey, Juan Coda's passed his eval. Congrats, man.
Hey, let's go. Nice.
Hey.
Let's go.
Anyone else in here passed their first eval last few sessions or gotten their first payout with Tradeify? We wanna hear about it.
Or not necessarily the first, but just passed an eval or got a payout. W1.
Of course, everybody's goal should be to get to live trader status here at Tradeify, because then you get the undivided attention of Coach Tank.
Undivided?
Yeah, you get one-on-ones. That's undivided.
True. For a certain period of time, yes.
Well, that was implied. I didn't think people would think that Coach Tank moves in with them.
Well, you know, people think very different.
I mean, unless they already have a whole closet of shirts with the top 2 buttons unbuttoned, the Tank ain't going anywhere near there.
Oh man, is he gonna be on tomorrow?
I assume so. It's Tuesday.
Tank Tuesday. Wednesday.
No,
He's gonna be
Wednesday.
on-
Drew says.
he's gonna be
Okay,
on
there you
Wednesday.
go.
I thought something is different this week. David up $7,300 last 3 days. Congrats, nice.
So, Nick, what are you going to do when the stream is done today?
We have a meeting.
You and I are the only ones that show up to those things like a few minutes before. So
That's true. That's true. No, after that, I would like to go play paddle tennis, and no, let's not
Paddle
get back
tennis,
into that
Jesus
discussion.
Christ.
Paddle tennis. All right,
I
here we
still don't know
go.
what the fuck that is.
Here we go.
So, paddle
So he's
tennis.
play paddle tennis. Oh, so it's like pickleball. No, it's not. Like, you got like really mad when I said that. Like, Nick's a laid back dude. I thought he was gonna like try to punch me through the screen when I said that. I was like, oh, so it's like tennis. It's not fucking tennis.
Yeah, dumbass.
No,
Yeah, like I'm the idiot. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, how dare you?
well. Anyways, I would like to go play paddle tennis, but I don't have anybody who comes play with me. So,
Oh,
You could just play with yourself.
yeah. Well, rethink what you just said.
You walked right into that one. No, it's not ping pong either, Turbo. I asked that as well. No, it's not.
Do we have to pull up pictures? Is
Do we have to pull up pictures? Do you have pictures of you playing?
actually no. But here is one. Look.
Oh, it's literally spelled paddle, like Padel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh wait, we're watching a video now. Okay, Drew. Drew's stepping up his game here. Yeah, that's paddle tennis. I mean, that's a training session of a random dude, but
This looks like tennis with training wheels.
but
No,
hey,
really.
Drew, wait, I'll send you a link of a crazy game.
Wait. How is this different from pickleball?
So pickleball doesn't have walls. Drew, take this one. I just sent you a link in the back end. Pickleball doesn't have walls. In paddle, you can actually use the walls.
What?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, look, pull up that new video. This one
This
is
is just
insane.
pickleball in a fish tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually fish tennis.
Pickleball is fun. I like pickleball.
Paddle tennis feels like it's for people that think pickleball is too intense.
Well, you know what's funny? Everybody says pickleball is for people who can't play tennis.
I agree with that.
All
I'm
right,
not
look at this
advocating
one now.
pickleball.
Look at this one now. This one is crazy.
I'm old. I'm not pickleball old.
But they say the same thing about paddle, to be fair.
Mhm.
This is
Oh, wow.
insane. Chaos.
Oh, here's a good comment. As I was looking this up, it says paddle tennis is just pickleball's European cousin who drinks espresso and never sweats.
That's funny. Well, as we're talking about pickleball tennis or whatever the hell, we're moving up to the upside here. I saw some people taking some longs on ES. So DL is taking a long here on ES at 33. So yeah, we're starting to get the momentum. We're breaking this downward trend line here. So holding opening range high, starting to build the move back up. This obviously starting to look bullish. So right now, a failed attempt at breaking these session highs is not a good look for bulls. So we have to clear session highs. I would expect to clear of this 264 level here on NASDAQ and then pushing above into the 280s. ES, again, the stronger one. We got to clear 345 and then possibly make the move to 350. So if you guys are long here or you took a long at the opening range bounce here, looking good. It's looking good. So right now we don't want to get back below this 222. I think if we get a failed attempt at pushing higher, oh, we're starting to get some buying pressure coming in here. So it's looking good. It's looking good. I don't know if there's any sort of news that is coming out or anyone's talking or what.
Just
But
said NVIDIA highs. That's it. So if NVIDIA is running, that's going to pull the NQ with it.
okay.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
264, 265. I think we have a clear shot at clearing that, and then the 80s. But this is what I was talking about. This opening range really holding very clean as far as we can see right now. Let's look at the 15-minute, same sort of deal here. This is ugly, but this nice bullish candle needs to sustain here. So we do have about 2 minutes left on this candle on the 15-minute, but I think getting that push up will continue this move.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes on the 1 minute chart are just green, 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 green. This looks very nice for longs. I mean,
yeah, I really don't see anything until 290 if we can clear this area, especially on book maps. And then we have lots of buying coming in here. Let's see if we get the volume
right there.
They look like they're trying to defend this 65 here on the order book. Interesting. ES still the stronger one here. 350, 6350 is going to be the next area of resistance that I see on the order book. Same thing with this seller zone sitting here at 350. So definitely a good target if you guys are still in ES longs.
It's going to go right back to the highs and stall out on us, isn't it?
Not a good look if we just put in another top here on NQ.
Toppy, toppy.
Toppy, toppy. Sometimes just can't stop myself.
Yeah, I can tell. They gotta clear it. They gotta clear this area here. Come on, bulls.
Since when are you rooting for bulls?
Oh, there it is. Got that clear on
there.
book now. I just... Oh.
Fake out.
Hold on.
Fake out.
I'm not necessarily rooting for bulls. I'm just more like, what are we doing? You know? Get the push. Right to 23,270.
The question is if we get follow through on this or not.
I wouldn't call this a double top just because of how big the previous top was. It wasn't just one or two candles. We were hanging up there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 or 9 candles, but it is
No.
it is clearly resistance.
This is not a good look so far for the bulls.
Well, we could see a pullback to like the 30s maybe. And then continuation. Anything you're looking to take, Miriam?
I like this reversal, potential reversal. The thing is like for me, I'm not a big like I'm not huge on taking like reversal trades at supplies and you know, I'd much rather actually take a bounce at a demand. I'm not a huge reversal at a supply trader. And again, I don't know what that is. I don't know why the reason for that, but this is looking like a decent setup because the thing is, I look at my stops. Where would my potential stop be? If we got this push up into like the 64s again, and then started to, you know, show some like reversals or like inability to get back above, I would set a short here at 65 with a stop above this resistance zone, right? So really you're looking at a less than 20 point stop with a potential move to the downside back to this opening range. That is a very great risk to reward in my opinion. It is more of like what I call a hero trade or a contrarian trade in terms of, you know, the overall pattern is bullish on the day. So it would be, you know, not swinging for the fences thinking you're going to get this massive move, but it is something that I would consider looking at what we're seeing right now. But again, this isn't my like a normal trade for me or a normal setup. I just like the risk to reward on it. So far, this would be one trade that I would consider highly over the other ones.
Fair.
Especially that wick that we got on the top here. If this candle closes with this top wick, it could potentially be a nice reversal candle that we see here. Yeah, because, you know, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. We've gotten multiple rejections of this area. Technically a second fail of this, which is what this would be, is just not a good look. Not a good look at all for the bulls. Kind of a lame session though. I mean, unless you like needed the open.
Yeah, the open was crazy if you took that long.
Yeah.
But everything after that, me.
Welcome to the life of being a trader though. Just sitting here and just freaking waiting.
Mm-hmm. That's how we do the stream. So at least they can watch the stream. We can't even watch the stream. Like,
yeah, we have to entertain ourselves and everybody else. That's some pressure right there.
And we don't even hear the music. I would actually like to hear the music because it's fire.
Well, that makes one of us.
Turbo, you're funny. But yes, you are right. You do win 100% of the trades you don't take.
Now I hear the music. There we go.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Oh, it's gone. Okay.
Keep smiling, keep shining. No, you will always count on me.
All right.
That's what friends are for.
You can actually sing. I'm impressed, Mary.
Oh no, that's not even me like really trying to sing.
That reminds me too much of that old theme, you know, butterflies in the sky.
Oh my gosh.
I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a reading rainbow. I love that show growing up.
Oh my god, I was obsessed with it. That and I was obsessed with the big comfy couch. Me and my sister would always like, because she would always sit there on the ground like moving her legs in like this crazy contortionist way, and we would always try to do that. Man, that show was goated. Fun show.
Goated.
I see some people in here that say they took a trade which is great. And they are green on the day. So what I would say to you is go enjoy your day.
Get out of here.
The fuck out of here, because this ain't it, y'all. This ain't it. Like I said, if you caught that early move for whatever reason, you initiated a trade somewhere in here and got along and you won. Yeah, this is not it. This is not it. So either just honestly be done with the day. This is a Monday. You made money on a Monday. Congratulations. Now you can just go enjoy your day, right? You don't have to sit here and try to force another trade. It's just not it. It's just not it. For me, I'm not seeing much right now. You know, this is, like I said, this is potential for rejection, but we're also running into the lunch hour. And a lot of times we start to dry up on volume. And it's, you need volume in order to get liquidity. So could just be a choppy session till we hit the afternoon.
Choppy.
Choppity chop.
Shabbity chop chop.
Shoobity doo bop. Reading rainbow.
Starts aggressively typing.
All right, that's it. This mic is going back.
Like, you're market makers. Move the market.
How dare you for keeping us in this consolidation zone? I would like to speak to your manager.
Dear diary, fuck the NQ.
Next time you see me, I just have like Karen hair. I just completely chop it, straighten it, and dye it blonde.
Do it.
No. I'll get a wig, but I would never do that to myself. I just saw American Brides. The big comfy couch made me scared of my couch as a kid. No, you guys, if you haven't seen that show, I encourage you to watch it. It's well worth an episode. We can always tell when the day is getting close to over, yeah, clearly.
Can you guys explain the why behind not taking that opening massive pump? I mean, I guess everybody, all of the three of us, we had different reasons for not taking it. For me, the main reason was there wasn't a setup that I usually trade. And I saw it ripping, right? We went up and up and up and up. I did have one, I would have had one little bull flag here that I missed. And then after that, no real setup. So if I don't get a setup just because it rips, I'm not just gonna buy it because it rips. I need to have a setup. So that was my reason. And I'm assuming for Merrim it was the same.
Yeah, no setup, no trade. I mean, there's times the market isn't moving a ton, but you get a setup. All right, you take your nibbles. But then there's times it's really difficult for a lot of the more experienced traders or that, you know, how many do we have on here every week, right? I believe we have our usual slate of guests this week as well. And they'll tell you, I got to wait out that first 10, 15, 30, whatever, right? It's today's move was at the open was obviously a continuation of the pre-market action, but that's not always the case. And sometimes it's just a coin flip, and we're not playing for coin flip odds. We want to play a little better than coin flip odds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this is something that we've seen a lot, right? Like, just because you see this on, you know, printed, right? Like, you only see what's happening because it's on the charts. You don't actually see, like, you see the static version of it, right? When you're actually seeing it happen in real time, like, your mind's not like, oh yeah, this is a great place to go long. In my opinion, I didn't see a long here. In fact, I was actually looking for us to top out closer to like the 160s on NASDAQ, closer to like 315s on ES. And then I was actually looking for a continuation to the downside, which we didn't get. So, you know, yes, call it having, I mean, it's not even so much having a bias, but I wasn't anticipating a move this far to the upside. But yes, we are coming into some resistance points. So that's why for me, like, it's more important for me to stay out of the market, especially when we see such bullish action happening like this. I mean, for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 5-minute candles of just straight green. right? We barely even had a decent pullback, right? This was really the best setup of the day in terms of getting along here. Now, where would your stop would have been? I don't know. Like, you kind of have to make sure that you get a really good entry. But to me, I haven't seen a single great setup, in my opinion. For me, like the way I trade, I haven't seen a setup that I'm like, yes, I'm going to take this. I feel confident in this. I like my stop on this. I had mentioned a potential long on ES over the opening range high, but I also said, I don't like where my stop has to be. So I didn't take this trade. This was another decent trade to have taken long. But as you guys can see, you know, we're really just consolidating in this area until now we're, again, finding this resistance. So again, I've seen too many times in the market where we run up or make a directional move either to the upside or the downside, we get a dump, and then we completely reverse that, you know, within minutes. And so for me, I was like, there's nothing to take here. I don't really like a setup here. I'm just going to let this play out. And yes, you look back at it, you're like, oh, wow, that would have been a great long. But would it have been? If you got to ask yourself, would it actually have been something you would have taken over and over and over again? Or would you have just FOMO'd into the trade because you see it going up, right? Those are very different things. So this was not something that I was interested in taking. And I didn't take it. And yes, you look back and you're like, oh, wow, that would have been a great move, but not a setup that I would have taken. Curious to see how they're going to play this area here, though. Does look like a potential resistance point that I probably, you know, I would be interested in this with a stop above the highs, or stop above this supply zone right here, but not an A+ setup, just a high risk to reward setup.
Matt, anything you're seeing?
No, nothing exciting. Just trying to catch up on the chat here. Chat, looks like you're cooking today. You guys doing pretty good. That's good.
Yeah, we have 47% green, 24%
on a day like
out of
today.
this.
Tough. Yeah. This looks like it will likely, I would give this a go. I don't like that we're on lunch hour, so likely more chop unless we get a nice flush here. This looks like a potential for a reversal setting up. We got some buyers sitting at 240 right over here, right in this area. I would not by any means whatsoever be initiating a long anywhere over here. This is not where I'd be initiating a long. If you were already in a long, that is a different story. But this does not scream, let's go long here. So that I can say with conviction until we get up above 280. So
imagine it rips 100 points now.
ES, the 4 hour, the 21 EMA is at 45 and 46. Let's see. Oh, I don't have my 21 EMA on here, but I mean, ES is getting into a resistance zone. Wow, this daily just looks crazy. I didn't even realize I'm not on the 4 hour, but yeah, 4 hour. I mean, either way, we're heading into this 30-minute, and then we have a 1 hour supply. It's not the strongest supply, but it is something that we could find resistance into if we get up there.
Slow.
We are almost at a 50% retracement though of this move.
Yeah, of the Friday move, or like the Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday move.
Yeah, 50% retracement would be right above that 30-minute.
Well,
Let's see.
I know who's gonna short that golden pocket once we come up there.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, golden
Still,
pocket already above.
no, golden pocket is like the 0.618 is at 23,434, 436 actually.
Oh,
Or
you're
short.
talking about NQ.
Yeah, I'm talking about NQ.
And you're talking about on the short side.
Yes. We're talking about two different things.
Oh, lordy. Wait, the 618 is, unless I have my fibs all off, but we already hit the 618.
No, from the top, the tippy top
Of what?
of NQ. So
Well, I'm looking at the actual swing high from Wednesday.
I'm looking at the Thursday, 3 a.m. You looking at Wednesday?
I'm looking at the swing high.
From Wednesday. I'm confused.
Pre-market Wednesday, yeah.
Pre-market Wednesday. What? Wednesday, you're sure?
Yeah, July 30th.
Ah, okay. So wait, Wednesday, your time zone.
Oh, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
That's where the problem lies.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Yes.
Yeah, we're looking at the same thing. Just not in the same time zone.
I don't know. I don't have my fib levels set. This is just all like the standard settings that come with it.
The rainbow ones?
Not the rainbow ones. Oh, do you draw it from high to low? Did I draw it wrong? My bad.
Yeah, from high to low.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I drew it from low to high. Okay, yeah. So the 618 is, well, we got a ways, but the way I'm drawing it, it's
that's what I'm saying.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying.
We're the same? Are we twinsies?
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness we're about wrapped here.
Oh, Miriam.
Twinsies.
You're funny.
Yeah, I don't think
I do believe, and somebody in the background could correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe we have our usual slate of guests as far as traders this week. I think we got Joby Morgan coming back tomorrow, Moss on Wednesday, Tyler trades on Thursday. Had some great content from all three of them last week. Tank's apparently going to be here on Wednesday. We'll follow up if there's any more appearances for him. But regardless, guys, we even if the markets don't give us a lot of excitement, we've got a lot of excitement, entertainment, and of course education coming your way this week.
Coach Tank better be wearing a half naked open white shirt on Wednesday.
Okay.
Again, nothing but an ascot.
As long as it's a white shirt, I'm fine.
Oh, this looks toppy.
Toppy.
Stoppy.
Little toppy.
Yeah, shorting is stop
If
loss.
someone told me they were shorting this, I wouldn't hate it. I would not hate it. I mean, considering you would have to have your stop above here, but
Alex Lee in the chat is apparently short. He says, short now or at 87, trust me. Well, let's see, Alex Lee.
it's like I said, it's definitely a hero trade in my opinion in terms of like you're kind of you're going against the trend, but you're shooting for a high risk to reward.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's a lower percentage chance of working out, but if it does, it's going to be a nice winner, right? Because you could, in theory, keep your stop loss. I wouldn't go like 10 points, but you could keep it in the 15 to 18 range with an ATR of 21, and you could play for 50, 60 to the downside. The R to R is there. It's just, I mean, you're shorting it, daily highs.
Again, you are technically in. I mean, again, if you have a supply zone, this is why I'm seeing this, because if I didn't have the supply zone, I wouldn't be saying this. But because we are in a supply zone, because we found prior resistance here, yeah, we are making a higher high, but we're still fighting at this area. And when I see some sort of resistance coming in here, I'm like, yeah, these shorts might want to come in. Again, we're coming into lunch hours, so for me, I'm less inclined to take a trade at this time. But it's one of those where if you wanted to try it, it wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't say, go full size by any means, but it's something to consider. Because if we start to even make because another thing you start to see is when I talk about sellers versus buyers versus passive sellers versus aggressive sellers, like these sort of things are going to differ. You might have a market where we have aggressive buying coming in, right? But there's still passive sellers sitting there. So, you don't want, you could see some sort of move happen where we get a push up to, as we're getting right now, right? We're getting a push up, but then a failed follow through. That's aggressive buyers stepping in, and then passive sellers trying to push the market down. So, you could see something like that potentially. It could look like a top wick that kind of just takes those orders, and then there's zero follow through, and then we just start making the move down. These are the sort of things that I look for, and reasons why I don't initiate trades in this area. I'm definitely not going long, that's for sure. But for me, if we find acceptance above 281, okay, that's going to give me the sort of intention of all right, maybe we are setting up for more of a trend day up, more of a nicer move to the upside. You could get a break above here, a retest back, and then start making the move back up. Again, this next level I'm looking at is the 23,340 area. We don't have a lot of sellers sitting right now until we get up to the 80s. So pick your fighter today, I guess, or don't, and just go enjoy your day.
Yeah.
I think that's a smart solution today.
Hot girl walk.
Yeah.
I think it's a smarter option today to just walk.
Yeah. I mean, listen, is there the risk reward may be in line up here, but again, I would be well. Okay, Alex. Well, thank goodness you're still up 5.6K. So, all right, guys. So I think it's boy, this is one of the shittiest price action we've gotten on this show in quite some time. So I hope we were able to give you a little education, a little entertainment, and keep you company during the bar coding. So guys, we are pushing up to session highs. Would not be shocked to see a run to 300 here. There's some liquidity layering in underneath at 50, 45, and 40. So be careful there as well. It is what it is, guys. So be careful. If you were up a little bit, then make sure you protect your capital for the rest of the day. So I think that's going to do it, guys, for another edition of Tradeify TV. So again, Joey Morgan will be joining us on tomorrow's show, and I don't want to make any guarantees, but I'm pretty confident we'll have some better price action tomorrow. And if not, we'll have some karaoke. I'll tell some jokes, and Nick will just sit there looking good in his white tee, man. So we've got all the bases covered for tomorrow. So that's it for me, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'm going to turn it over to Mr. White Tee himself, Swiss Nick.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I said it's going to be an exciting week. We started off with a not so exciting day, at least for those who missed the initial pump. For those who got it, I mean, that was an exciting day. But one bad day doesn't turn the week bad, right? And one not so exciting day doesn't turn the week not exciting. So let's get back to it tomorrow. For those of you trading the PM session today, good luck. And as usual, let's end this stream with our one and only, not taking a trade today, but that doesn't matter. Matcha drinking, NQES slaying, matcha mommy.
You forgot keyboard clicking, mouse.
Oh yeah,
tapping.
keyboard hammering, mouse throwing,
aggressively typing.
trader.
Man, guys, what a day. Happy Monday to everyone. Congratulations if you made money today, or if you didn't make money today, absolutely fine as well. Either way, hopefully everyone managed their risk properly today, because it was quite an interesting day. So hopefully we get better price action the rest of this week. I am looking forward to that. And as usual, guys, just make sure you take time off the charts, okay? If you made a win today, do not come back to the charts today, just take the day off, okay? Go enjoy your day, go enjoy your hot girl walk, you know, and just come back tomorrow with a clean slate. All right. So we will be seeing you guys tomorrow. Make sure you practice gratitude. Make sure you tell someone you love them today. Hug a stranger if you feel entitled to. But other than that, we will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern. Go be great. We'll see you then. Bye, guys.
Yeah.